in our solar system. 215-263 WMMR. Hello there, Lauren. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right, Lauren, do you know which planet in our solar system is orbited by Miranda?
I think it's Uranus.
It is my anus.
Yes, it's your anus.
Hang on, Lauren. You got it right. We're going to give you a 4-pack of tickets for the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live at the Wells Fargo Center. And that's Sunday, July 31st at 2:30 p.m. And tickets for the July 30th and 31st shows are available at wellsfargocenter.philly.com.
May I just jump in here quickly? We have our, this is a totally off track with the entertainment report, Preston, and I apologize. Is there any device in the kitchen that now puts out hot water? Our big Dunkaccino machine is not working, and our other coffee coffee maker doesn't have that classic nozzle for hot water.
The water jug
Cooler
has
should,
that. Yeah,
right?
the water
It
cooler
used
does.
to.
It definitely
Does it?
Yeah.
There's a red handle on it.
It does still?
All right.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I use it every day. Yes, it does.
All right, there you go.
I'm Fleming big time, and I use tea to get rid of it. I couldn't find any hot tea.
Question answered.
Thank you.
All right, so it looks like there's going to be a part 2 when it comes to Ben and Jen's big day following their Las Vegas wedding over the weekend. A source told people the couple plan on having a bigger party so they can celebrate with family and friends. And of course, you would think a power couple like that.
Yeah, it seemed very spur of the moment.
Yep. So the source said they don't have a honeymoon planned yet. Jennifer says that every day with Ben is a honeymoon.
I'm so nervous.
The source highlighted, are you nervous?
I'm very nervous.
You will be.
You will be.
The
You
source
promise to honor and love me forever. You will.
The source highlighted how happy Lopez is with the relationship.
Tell me, are you happy?
They said ever since they started
You am be.
dating.
Wait, what?
I just screwed that up.
You am them?
You am them.
Ever since they started dating again, Jennifer has truly believed that this is it. She's looking forward to growing old with Ben. She's very happy and content with Ben. She couldn't ask for anything else. She thinks it's all perfect, according to the source.
Am I peachy keen?
He says the source says they're peachy killing.
I'll tell you this. I did not realize the original story of the split up had to do with him and a kind of a lost weekend where he went and gambled away about $400,000 and had about 3 or 4 or 5 this whole cluster of women hanging around him. This is while he was dating
Well, that'd do it.
Jennifer Lopez.
Wouldn't it?
That will cause a relationship to go asunder.
You know,
so this is
You
kind
lose
of
$500,000 and bang about 5
Yeah.
girls over the weekend.
Yeah.
That's kind of in the negative column.
Let me explain. Let me.
Let me explain. Let me explain.
One thing led to another, and it got out of
I
control.
thought I was going to win.
Yeah.
I really thought I was going to win.
I doubled down.
And then those 4 or 5 women really made me feel better about losing. So they kind of helped me.
In her On the J-Lo newsletter announcing the news, Lopez wrote, "When love is real, the only thing that matters in marriage is one another and the promise we make to love, care, understand, be patient, loving and good to one another."
I'm not listening. I'm looking at your ass.
She said we had that and so much more. Best night of our lives. There you go.
This is kind of sweet and cool, and then it kind of gives you, depending on how things go, but it does give you hope that you will potentially end up with the right person. It wasn't meant to be the first time, but here you go.
It can happen. I've seen it happen to people before where that first run doesn't work and then they go separate ways and then come back around and go, wait a minute. I think we
got a better handle
We're in
on
a better
it.
place now.
Do you think it helps if at one point one of the partners becomes Batman?
Probably.
Yeah,
How
I
can
think
it
so.
not?
Yeah.
I mean,
It'll
but
work
the
in
other
your
one has
favor.
to be aware that they're at a nighttime vigilante.
Right.
I mean, just so we're
that one of them is vengeance.
open.
Yeah.
So. Game of Thrones star Emilia Clarke has opened up about the 2 brain aneurysms that she suffered while filming the show.
Jeez.
The actor, who's 35, previously revealed she had survived 2 brain aneurysms in 2011 and 2013. Appearing on BBC's One Sunday Morning, she said, "The amount of my brain that is no longer usable," she said, "it's remarkable that I'm able to speak, sometimes articulately, and live my life completely normal with absolutely no repercussions." She said, "I am in the really, really, really small minority of people that can survive that."
How much of your, so statistically, after an aneurysm or something, a profound head trauma or brain trauma, how much could you lose and still pretty much be you? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
geez.
I think it depends on where it happens in your brain. I think that's the main thing
it's
because
obviously critical.
because each part of the brain controls a different facet
Right.
of our lives, and so depending on because it can an aneurysm can kill that part
Right.
of the brain, but you can survive with certain parts gone.
I know that virtually instantly the brain will begin rerouting. You know, if there's an area that is, like you said, that has died off or whatever, there's been a head trauma, and so it'll do a workaround. But this is pretty amazing. These were two pretty heavy-duty aneurysms.
She said,
So these are ruptured aneurysms, by the way, right? Like, not just... Okay.
She said, talking about the brain scans, there's quite a bit missing, which always makes me laugh. She said, because strokes, basically, as soon as any part of your brain doesn't get blood for a second, it's gone. And so the blood finds a different route to get around, but then whatever bit is missing is therefore gone. After the aneurysms, she suffered from aphasia, which is what Bruce Willis is going through.
Oh, wow.
At one point, being unable to recall her own name.
It's got to be terrifying.
Her memory has luckily not been affected long term, meaning she has been confident performing in the 2.5-hour production of The Seagull at London's Harold Pinter Theatre. But yeah, it really messed her up for a bit there.
And she can recall dialogue. That's pretty amazing.
Craig Robinson from The Office and Hot Tub Time Machine was evacuated from Charlotte, North Carolina Comedy Club, where he was scheduled to perform on Saturday night after a man brandished a gun and demanded everyone leave the venue. And he later discharged the firearm as well. There were no injuries, and the suspect is in custody. The club was evacuated before the gun was fired.
That really brings down a comedy club when that happens.
Robinson shared the experience on social media, saying, "I'm safe." This was in a video Instagram message on Instagram. He said, "I'm cool. It was wild. I was in the green room, and they're like, everybody get out." And it was a moment for sure. He had been told to go to the nearby theater while police handled the active shooter situation, and Robinson's show at the Comedy Zone was canceled for that night. There was a lot of speculation about Johnny Depp's love life when he was spotted in Italy with a red-haired woman over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
However, TMZ reported on Monday that their relationship is not romantic. Sources told the outlet that the mystery woman is working on Depp's upcoming movie, Jean Dubarry, or Jean Dubarry, I'm not sure how you pronounce
Or
it,
Dingleberry.
as a French teacher.
It's a new film called Dingleberry.
So
They're the
and
little sort of fecal matter balls that cling to your buttocks.
Oh, my God.
she is reportedly traveling with him for lessons on the go.
I want lessons on the go.
The film will be Depp's first in 3 years, and he is set to star as Louis XV. The movie storyline centers around Jean Becou.
Of course.
Dingleberry.
Dingleberry.
Louis XV's mistress at the time of his death.
The way he goes out, the way he's dressed, he really looks like almost like a Mexican bandit these days. He's got, it's just crazy, right? He looks dirty, Kathy, doesn't he? All the time.
That look does always give off. Kind of a jerk
At
ball
what
look.
age do you kind of ratchet that? Unless you're a legitimate rock star. At what age do you ratchet that back?
Yeah, if you're not a legitimate rock star, then that's
Right?
not
I
gonna
mean,
work
no,
for
he
you.
can play, and obviously Jeff Beck called him up on stage, but technically he's not a rock star, so he I don't know if he should be dressing like this.
I don't know. It's what he prefers. You know, it's the
He doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
He's reached the point where he just does not care anymore. Yeah.
I don't care. Could you live with those rings, those enormous rings on each of your fingers?
Only if you're wearing a really thick jacket.
Yeah.
I was
It makes it hard to do hidden hands.
the evening ritual of peeling all that stuff off
God.
must take a half hour.
I mean, you get sweaty and stuff. It's,
know?
Yeah. I'll be done in about 20 minutes.
Kylie Jenner is in hot water regarding the use of her private jet. The Kardashian star has even been called a climate criminal following the 17-minute flight she took from Camarillo, California to Van Nuys, California last week. On Friday, she posted a black and white photo of herself and Travis Scott between two planes and captioned it, "You want to take mine or yours?" These people.
People love to see that, don't they? Let them eat cake.
Yeah.
Scumbags.
People did not hold it back when it came to how she's affecting the environment.
How do you think that's going to read to the... Which one do you want to take?
I know.
And
but
how many people will be aboard when they do? 3 or 4?
You know, and as much as I hate it, there are people that absolutely love it. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's just, to me, it's come on.
And aspire to be that.
No, listen.
Right, yeah.
Like, look at that and go, someday.
Yeah.
It's their success. They've earned it. That's great. Do you rub it in people's faces? I don't know.
Right. On social media, Users slammed the reality star across platforms, calling her a full climate criminal. One Twitter user wrote, "Can't wait to see Kylie Jenner post environmental awareness pics on her stories, as if she isn't single-handedly doing more damage to the environment than most of us with her 3-minute flight."
When they called her a climate criminal, did they spell climate and criminal with K's?
They
You have to.
had to,
Yeah,
right?
That's
In order
law.
to keep with the theme.
Definitely.
Speaking of them, Khloe Kardashian awaits the birth of their new baby via a surrogate in Los Angeles.
I
And
can't wait. I'm eating so much popcorn.
so Tristan Thompson is out traveling the world and enjoying his life. Page Six reports that the basketball star was spotted holding hands with a mystery woman in, is it Mykonos? Is that how you say that?
Mykonos.
Mykonos, after a night of clubbing recently. And this comes after he was seen.
Just checking in. Couldn't you hear me because there was a woman sitting on my face.
This comes after. I'm sorry, your voice was a little muffled there. What was that?
I'm sorry, my voice is on a nice call, babe. I'm sorry. There's a woman sitting right on my face. How's the baby going?
Oh my God.
I'm in Mykonos. I'm in Mypos. And this, in the last call, if it didn't sound clear, it's because a woman was sitting flat on my face.
Well, he's turned a corner now. He's being honest.
He's being really honest now. He's
Very.
not hiding it.
This comes a week after he's seen partying in Europe and the UK last week with Justin Combs and Kanye's ex, Chaney Jones.
Yo, baby's Tia. That last call might have been a little muffled because this Mykonos woman was sitting flat on my face, and my nose is like up there in the butthole.
Huh.
But I'm good now. How's the baby coming?
I'm still interested to see how this all works.
Yeah, I know. Who knows, man?
Like if he's going to take part, if he's
Yeah,
going
but-
to father
Bizarrely,
this child.
Kathy, bizarrely, I understand her reasoning a little bit,
Oh yeah.
which I find surprising.
Yep. All right, a couple more things I want to get to. After 4 years of marriage, Gone Girl actress Emily Ratajkowski and Uncut Gems actor Sebastian Bear McClard are going their separate ways.
This is
man.
a tragedy.
People reports
You sounded like Gilbert Godfrey.
This is a tragedy
that the couple, God rest his soul, that the
with
couple,
Emily Ratajkowski.
the couple got married in 2018 after just
Agree more.
Really?
I could not agree more. There is a dead shark's look in her eyes.
Yeah, there's nothing about her that does it for me. And I mean, I know she's a knockout. It's just like not my cup of tea, I guess. I don't know. And she really likes herself
okay.
a lot.
Models tend to be very gregarious and warm people. No, she seems to be. She could care less.
Yeah.
She wouldn't help us out, Nick.
No.
All right, I have to
She couldn't help me find hot water in the kitchen.
share this story. Miriam Margolyes, who is from the Harry Potter franchise. Nick, she plays the herbology teacher.
Oh, yeah.
I've forgotten the
It
character's
begins with a
name.
P.
They highlight her at the Franklin Institute. Man.
Yeah, she's a really cute older woman, kind of a fun little character.
Hermione Vagini.
So she was apparently in the movie End Days, and she had an interesting experience with Arnold Schwarzenegger. The beloved British Australian actress, who's 81 years old, said that the former governor of California, quote, was actually quite rude while filming the 1999 biblical horror flick, claiming that he deliberately farted in her face.
But to hear her tell it is really where it's all at.
That is an Arnold Schwarzenegger-sized
Yeah,
fart coming at this woman's face. She made the allegation when asked who was her least favorite co-star, and she explained that she didn't care for him. And he's a bit too full of himself before launching into the unfortunate anecdote. And we have audio of this, so let's roll this. Is this the first clip? All right, here we go.
Schwarzenegger, didn't care for him. He's a bit too full of himself, and I don't care for him at all. He was actually quite rude. He farted in my face. Now, I fart. Of course I do. but I don't fart in people's face. He did it deliberately right in my face.
Oh my God.
What the hell?
She tells a little bit more about it. Here we go.
It was during the filming of End of Days in Los Angeles, and I was playing Satan's sister, and he was killing me. So he had me in a position where I couldn't escape, lying on the floor, and he just farted. It wasn't on film. It was in one of the pauses, but I haven't forgiven him for it.
Farted in his face, in her face on purpose, she says.
Professor Sprout.
That's it, yeah.
She was a herbologist, right? You said,
Sprout,
right?
yeah,
so
Professor
is
Sprout,
obviously
yeah.
appropriate. There
Exactly,
we go.
yeah.
I love the way she describes it, though.
She farted.
It's in my face.
Yeah, the first clip. Cue that back up again. Because the way she just plainly says it. there.
Schwarzenegger, didn't care for him. He's a bit too full of himself, and I don't care for him at all. He was actually quite rude. He farted in my face.
We need that isolated. He farted in my face.
And then she says, oh, well, never mind.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't care for him at all. He was actually quite rude. He farted in my face. Now, I fart. Of course I do. But I don't fart in people's faces.
You just don't do that. It's bad cricket.
It is just the best. So, no word if Arnold is going to respond to that or not, but you never know. He might. He might jump up and apologize.
He was known, at least people who've worked with him. I think even Carl Weathers said it when he was in the studio that one time, that he's a practical joker on set. But I don't think you fart in some actress's face.
Farted in my face.
No, you got to fart in a hooker's face like Chuck Berry.
Yeah. That's what you do.
Keep it classy.
Yeah.
Chuck Berry knew how to do it.
Well, he was paying.
He was paying for it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Oh, wait, before you leave, I forgot to fart in your face. Oh, all right.
Fart in your
Well,
mouth.
I can prorate it, or what do you want?
Oh, my God.
He farted in my face.
Play that, just that isolated clip
He
again.
farted in my face.
I just see Arnold's big
Oh,
glutes.
yeah.
You know, and of course, it's so tight, his ass, they would vibrate.
Right. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Let's see. A couple other things quickly here. According to Entertainment Tonight, Kington Brunson and ABC are being sued
What?
by performer Christine Davis for copyright infringement. The lawsuit states that Abbott Elementary is a knockoff of Davis's show titled This School Year, which has the, quote, look and feel of the inner city school, the mockumentary style, unique plot synopsis, set design, and unique characters. The lawsuit also states without Davis's permission, license, authority, or consent, Brunson and ABC knowingly and illegally used Davis's works to create the Abbott Elementary television show. And this comes just days after they were nominated for 7 Emmy Awards. But I don't know if the suit has merit or not, but it has been filed.
Something becomes successful, you know, eventually somebody will come out of the woodwork, and then I don't know if they have a case here, or they'd have to prove that it was, that they saw it and that it was an influence.
Yeah, I don't know what their ties are to each other, if there are any or not, because there usually has to be, you know, it has to pass through hands or something like that, the idea, and then somebody steals it. So I'm not really sure.
Right.
And then one last thing, Deadline reports that Game of Thrones star Peter Dinklage is the next to join the cast of the Hunger Games prequel, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Dinklage is set to star alongside Tom Blythe, Rachel Zegler, and more. So
You have any excitement for this?
just itty bit.
I like the first
tiny
Hunger
bit.
Games movie, and then less so with the subsequent two.
Yeah, I was kind of
You
the
know?
same way. I did enjoy the books quite a bit, but you know, I have enough interest to check it out. You know,
Yeah.
but I'm not anticipating it really in any way. All right, and we got clips.
Yeah.
We do.
Fresh, just handed to me. Here we go. Better Call Saul kicks off with a great sense of urgency as the Breaking Bad prequel moves closer to its end. In this clip, Michael Mando raves over Vince Gilligan's magic touch for directing.
Vince thinks in cinematic moments, you know. There's like moments in that scene where the camera turns and gets through the glass and into the car. And I've never worked with a director who really thinks in cinematic moments like that. You know, everything he does is cinematic. So to me, that was one of the highlights of my 6 years.
Yeah, big whoop. No one cares.
Casey, on your recommendation, I'm almost done season 5. So now I can start watching season 6. And how many more episodes to go?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how far in you are, but
No, I mean, in
of
6.
this,
Yeah.
maybe 3.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
Wow. All right, next clip. Here we go. Ana de Armas
Yeah.
packs a nonstop thrill ride of destruction and quick wit in The Gray Man. And here, our co-star Chris Evans explains why you need to tread lightly around her. Here we go.
I've seen Anna do too many moves now. And look, Anna's great at what she does. She's phenomenal at what she does. But we just did another movie, not this film. But she was unbelievably prepared for it. And you'd watch her throw these punches and kicks, and you think, oh my God, she's dangerous. She's a dangerous person. Be careful.
You sound insane.
She's also a stunner. Wow.
Unbelievable.
The Gray Man is out now on Netflix and in select theaters.
Did you see No Time to Die? The last James Bond movie?
I did not.
She's in it for about 10 minutes. And you will remember that sequence
It's a glorious
for quite
10
a long
minutes?
time. Yes.
Okay. I believe you, sir.
Yeah.
All right, and there you go. That's what I have in our entertainment report for you this morning. A couple things. Tattoos Day, so just a reminder. Giving away a Preston and Steve themed tattoo, courtesy of our friends at Floating World Tattoo and Piercing on South Street. And you can check out their artwork at floatingworldtattoos.com. So all you have to do is text the word secret to 39333, and we can set you up, my friend. Another thing to make you aware of is we have a screening tonight, and it's IMAX. This is the film Nope from Jordan Peele. Yeah.
Wow.
So here's what I'm going to do. Take callers 10, 11, and 12 at 215-263 WMMR, and we will put you on that list. So 10, 11, and 12, you're good to go. It's only in theaters and IMAX on July 22nd, rated R, but the screening that we are giving away is tonight, 7 o'clock, UA King of Prussia. Let's get you that. Let's take a break. Come back in a second. We got guests. We got things. We got time to spend together. We'll do it all right after this. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Theron and Tom Hardy, while making Mad Max Fury Road, is no secret, but
It is.
did it actually help the film?
I didn't even know this.
According to director George Miller, their less-than-friendly dynamic played well on screen for their characters. He recently told WSJ Magazine, I'm not saying that they were seething right through, but the trajectory of the characters can't help but seep into their work. When they first meet each other, they're trying to kill each other. As the two characters come together out of necessity and rather reluctantly, they have to find a degree of trust.
Have you seen it yet?
To some extent, that was the trajectory of their relationship as well. I watched like the first 20 minutes of it, and it wasn't doing anything for me. So I bailed on it.
I mean, it's one extended, race, basically, chase that goes on throughout the whole movie. I think, if anything, if I were Tom Hardy, I'd probably be upset that it's called Mad Max, yet her character, Furiosa, is the main focus of the movie.
Yeah. Charlize explained, from what I hear, he's not like that in every movie or on every movie. I hear he's had such good experiences. Maybe
just some of the movies.
The movie is what it is because we struggled so much with each other.
Why is this movie called Mad Max when you're in it much more than I am?
And those characters had to struggle so much with each other. If we were chum-chum...
If we were chum-chum, things would be num-num. Let's go see Gum-Gum this weekend.
She said... If, where was it? Oh, yeah, Chum-Chum. If we were Chum-Chum...
Wasn't that the monkey on Speed Racer?
That was Chim-Chim.
Oh.
And Spritle. If we were Chum-Chum, maybe the movie...
Chum-Chum.
Would have been 10 times worse.
I don't know. It certainly wasn't hurting for accolades.
It did great. I guess I wasn't in like an action movie mood when I started.
And you
watching
better
it.
be, because it's 2 hours of action.
You know what, Press? And because the texture of all the other movies I didn't care for, so I've never seen all the other movies.
Oh yeah,
None of them.
Watch The Road Warrior.
I've never seen any of them. I just
see. I pegged you for a Thunderdome kind of guy.
Maybe I should go back and, watch it.
That's the worst
That's
of the lot.
worst one. Yeah.
But I just thought Casey would like that one.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, that
Tina Turner.
Well, it also came out at a time I was young and dumb.
Yeah, and full of gum.
I knew that was going. Full
Young,
of gum.
dumb, and full of gum.
Chum chum.
Chum
My
chum.
chum chum. I love them.
Where's my chum chum? My favorite bubble gum. It'll figure prominently into the New World Order. Everyone, kids in the car, we're going to visit Gum Gum.
Gum Gum is a grandmother, right?
Yeah, it's my mom.
Bane years down the road, living in the suburbs.
Time to go to Shady Hills to visit Gum Gum. Put on your best. We'll get ice cream on the way home.
So I noticed over the week that obviously things. Oh yeah, I'm a noticer. I'm sorry, I didn't even realize that. Yes, I did notice this.
Elliott, the noticer.
Is that obviously some of the plants are starting to bloom, the trees are starting to bud, and so forth. And my migraine headaches that I get, I think, are sinus based. And
Are they
not
exacerbated by
not
this?
only me, but several other people on the same days were complaining about headaches and sinus pressure and stuff like that. So I think that whole thing is starting. But and I posted this on Twitter and Instagram that and I didn't call them this, but the what we call the semen trees.
Yes, you probably called them something beginning with C.
J, actually.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
So, but anyhow,
Not jazz.
not jazz.
Oh, right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't say that word?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we probably could.
All right.
If you say it in a sexual, it's all over my face way.
Right, exactly, which I didn't. But anyhow,
Wow, that took a turn.
so the trees are blooming. Of course, you can smell them. They smell like
Yes, they do.
that
Fresh
fluid.
love making.
Well, I mean, it's spring, and springtime flowers bloom.
They do.
With an air of mystery.
Yes.
So anyhow, it got me thinking about these trees. They're the Bradford pear trees, or what they are.
Is that so? Do they actually yield edible pears?
No, they don't.
Okay.
They're just called Bradford pear. I think they have a shape. The way they grow. That's what I think that
Got a
name
lot of
comes from.
spunk to them, you know.
Yes, they have a lot of spunk to them. But anyhow, my wife, while we were talking about this, my wife found an article, and this is out of Missouri, actually, but I'm curious if this is the case around the country. But according to this particular group of people, that they are becoming, the Bradford pears, destructive to our ecosystem.
Oh, no.
So they perpetuate well?
According to this particular person with the Missouri Department of Conservation, he said when the seed develops in a new tree, it's not the same as the parent. It's the old wild type, and unfortunately, that wild type is a very thorny, aggressive, invasive plant.
Okay.
Aside from their smell, the non-native tree poses a risk to the environment, impacting ecosystems.
So the tree shoots the seed all over the place?
Yes, it blows its wad all over the place.
Sometimes on plants that aren't even, it just met.
Yeah. But God, the smell is
It
strong.
stinks.
Oh my gosh, I was just at the Metroplex yesterday in Plymouth meeting, and they're all over the parking lot, and it just the entire parking lot smells
Just
like that.
brought you back to college.
Wow. Yeah, I'm so hungry. I would say this. After being around our variation of it, we've all have anyone who's engaged in love making has been close to that odor. It's when you have it amplified many thousands of times, it's not that pleasant.
It's like gallons.
Yes.
It's
Peter North.
That's what I wrote in my Twitter post. I'm like, it's like Peter North blew through town.
It's too much.
Gives me a headache.
Does it give you a headache?
Either way, it gives me a headache.
Right. The real thing or the one that occurs
trees.
in nature.
Got to get the procedure I had.
But they're blooming. We have a couple of them in my yard, and you walk in the backyard, and it's like, boom, you were hit by that smell. It's
There
right in
should
the
be
face.
right over your face. It's just like explodes in your face.
Yeah.
The truth is, there should be another plant, another tree that could envelop that tree.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like a rubber tree.
Like a rubber tree, or
a vagina tree.
A vagina tree.
Oh,
is what
okay.
he's saying. You know?
Like a, pussy, like a pussy willow or something like that.
Like a pussy willow wrapped around.
Yeah.
Or
pear tree.
Or the Bartlett. What is it? What is the pear tree again?
It's the Bradford pear
the
tree.
Bradford
not the
pear
Bartlett.
tree. Bartlett pear. Bradford pear tree goes inside the pussy willow.
I like that.
And then suppresses the smell.
Well,
Now,
they can
mind
do
you,
that.
the pussy willow has its own issues.
Yes, of course.
Its own odor.
Yeah.
I'm sure botanists could do that. They do it with fruit trees, right? Don't they combine fruit trees?
Yes.
You call it, what is it?
Splicing.
Splicing, yes.
Yeah, they probably could do that.
But they're up all over the place, and they're in full bloom, and they are absolutely stinking up the area.
Question about the pussy willow. Is that the same thing as a weeping willow?
No.
No. Weeping
even
willows
close.
Not even close.
are beautiful. Actually, there was a weeping willow. When they are huge,
They're really big.
they are perfect at state parks to crawl into and have sex with your girlfriend.
Nobody
Is that
can
right?
see you.
Someone
Yeah,
told
you don't know what a
No, well,
you know what a
that's-
pussy willow looks like, right?
Yeah, they're fuzzy, right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They're little fuzzy nubs.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what they are. But a
By the
weeping
way,
willow
she's
is
dancing at Risque this weekend.
Fuzzy nubs.
Yeah, she's partnering with pussy willow.
Kathy, I have a question for you.
Yes.
That time that you and Dennis had sex, how long did that last?
That one time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Seriously?
No, there's a study about how the length of time as far as the average sexual encounter.
I'm already chuckling.
And by the
I'm already chuckling.
And by this, I mean the actual act, not the foreplay, not the fooling around.
From courting to convincing to getting it done.
No.
5 minutes.
No, not courting to convincing to getting it done.
Okay.
I'm talking about,
How long
You know,
it actually lasts?
And literally that sound.
yeah, from when it goes there to when you're done.
I think that it's going to be longer than what you guys expect.
Nah, it's 5.4 minutes
There you go. I'm a king.
of the actual act taking place, which seems about right.
Honestly, you start
it
to
feels a
chafe,
lot longer.
And it's annoying after a while.
What do you think the shortest you've ever gone is?
Oh my God!
First
20
time.
seconds?
First time.
Yeah, first time.
Yep.
That's it?
Yeah, April.
And then comes the crying and the apology.
Yeah. Well, I mean, was it
I
less
think
than a minute?
I think the word "sorry" came out of my mouth.
I couldn't even finish the word sorry.
And I'm curious for women, how long is too long? You know what I mean? Or do women really care?
I was a receptacle all night long. Right. What, right?
But there is pleasure to be had. You know?
I think after she's done, what's the
Right.
point?
I was
Hurry
in
up.
opening for 3 hours straight. When everyone has gotten their cookies.
But some ladies get more than one cookie.
I like one cookie. Now get that off me.
That's you?
Yeah. She doesn't even need the cookie.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
No, well, all right.
Marissa, do you eat a lot of cookies? Like stone, nothing. We're getting
No.
nothing out of her, which means yes.
What about butt cookies?
One regular and one butt cookie.
Kathy, do you
At the same time.
do you make your own cookies by any chance, Kathy?
What?
Do
I
you
make
if
my
you
own-
if you
Oh.
draw
Stop it! I'm talking about.
I just motioned to her with my finger
Oh,
moving
so
quickly.
stupid. I didn't even get it.
It went right over your head.
Yeah.
Make
Where's
my own
my
cookies.
Where's that little Iron Man toy that vibrates? Hollywood creates the image of physical perfection. And it seems to be people like to go see that.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
Would you? And that's just part of the deal. Listen, I don't want to go to the movies and see someone who looks like me. I want to see somebody who looks like what I'd like to be.
Help me lose 50 pounds in 5 weeks.
In 5 weeks?
Starting Monday, not now.
All right, wait a second.
Hot dog site today.
I'll tell you this. What if someone, and you talk to Dr. Mike,
Yeah.
if someone could come forward and something you could do.
Yeah.
It would be not eat. I mean,
Well,
50
it would be, you
pounds
would
in
go.
5
Here's
weeks.
what you do. Go. You'd have to go on something akin to like what Gerard Butler did for the 300. You know.
Yeah.
So 2 almonds for breakfast, a bowl of steam for lunch.
A bowl of steam. That sounds yummy.
Right.
7 weeks from today, we'll be down the shore.
At Keenan's, right?
7 weeks is
All right.
7 weeks from today.
You could do.
Can you give me an extra 2 weeks?
No.
So I can have 3 almonds for breakfast
You
instead
could
of
do.
2?
You could do an Oprah Kirstie Alley reveal.
Case you can do it, you just have to be committed, and you cannot slip up, not even once. And
Come on.
that's the thing.
No one
I
can
love
do
this
that.
guy.
Yeah.
But I see him start these things, and then he sits down with 2 slices of pizza and
Before we get anything, can I do a quick shout out?
Oh, yeah.
I got this great message. This is from Darlene Schock. And she gets, Darlene Schock.
Yeah.
She says, good morning, Ed. If you're able to get to it sometime, I would like to send a shout out to Dr. Jeffrey Zern at Christiana Hospital in Wilmington, Delaware. Back in March, I almost died when a small hiatal hernia turned into a category 10 hernia, and I experienced the super rare occurrence of something called upside down stomach syndrome.
What in the hell?
In which my stomach literally flipped upside down, climbed up into my chest cavity, and almost killed me. And she says, yes, that felt as horrible as it sounds. And I fell into the magical hands of Dr. Zern, who opened me up and put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Last week, I saw Doc and was wearing my Jackie Bam Bam t-shirt. And he walks in and he says, Jackie Bam Bam? What the hell does King Dracula spelled backwards mean anyway? And I even Googled it. And she said, we spent the next 10 minutes fangirling over being lifetime listeners of WMMR, with him telling me how he used to mail letters to Pierre Robert to request workforce blocks, and me saying, so while I was naked on the table, did you ever notice a Flyers tattoo on my hip? Well, I got that in studio on the Preston and Steve show. And I'm a card-carrying member of Zeta Eta Pi. And she says that tattoo was way back when people put things through a wood chipper to get Flyers Stanley Cup tickets.
Well, we remember.
That tattoo saved me from being covered in someone's cremated remains like the rest of you. Not only did Dr. Zern literally save my life, he's an amazing human, a ton of fun, and the kind of guy you want to go out drinking with. Nothing I say or do could ever properly thank him for my second chance, but who doesn't love a good shout out? Have a great day, bitches. As from Darlene Schock in Wilmington, Delaware. So here you go to the great Dr. Jeffrey Zern. And I love that they bonded over the radio station.
Never heard of that upside down stomach thing.
That's neither have I. It's just insane. All right. So 93 degrees today. 97 degrees on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday, probably going to hit triple digits.
Right.
Most likely.
So we're having a heat wave.
I think it's time to call the heat hotline and check in and get the details of what we need to know and what we need to do.
It's really hot out there, isn't it?
When it comes. Yeah, so you call the heat hotline.
Yeah. I'm staying inside. I put on the air conditioner.
Yeah.
Hello? Heat line. What do you want to know?
All right, how do you stay cool, I guess?
Put on the air conditioner, stay inside.
Okay, is that what we do?
Yeah. All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you. It's really hot, isn't
Go
it?
to the ocean, swim in the water. Goodbye.
I think the best thing you can do is really hop on a bicycle and ride your bike from Philadelphia to Atlantic City.
Which is what you're doing on Sunday.
Which is what I'm doing on Sunday.
Oh, my God.
And, here's the deal.
no.
Mark O'Connor, I love you. But last year, because of the pandemic, the bike ride was at the end of August, and it was great.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was a little bit chillier. We had an extra month for fundraising, but no, he had to
Right
move
at
it
the
back
end.
to, it's always been like the last Sunday in July.
And obviously
he
it
wanted
worked out, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a list here that Steve sent me of some hacks, creative hacks to help you beat the summer heat. And these are better than just
Okay, the real ones.
stay in the shade. These are actually some cool ones, I think.
Well,
some of them are dumb, but some of them are
and because you always get the dumb ones, like go see a movie in an air conditioner. Of course, we know that.
Right.
But
Check on the
a
elders.
lot of times when you, and as they make a point in this article, Preston, is that when you really feel it is at night a lot of times where you are just, that is the hardest to get to sleep when you are in an oppressive heat situation and you're naked and there's nothing left to do.
Yep. All right, so this first tip starts with that when you just can't deal with it at night. One thing you can possibly do, a possible remedy, is bunch up your pillow, put it in a plastic bag, and stick it in the freezer for 10 minutes.
Brilliant.
That is a pretty good idea.
Yeah, that
It's
is.
a really good idea.
If your freezer is full of ice cream, you can save space by freezing just your pillowcase.
Or eating all the ice cream.
Yeah.
Or you could eat the ice cream.
Or stuff your pillowcase with ice cream.
The quick freeze creates a temporary cooling effect that may help you doze off. For backup, keep an extra pillowcase in the freezer so you can make a quick switch if you wake up in the middle of the sweltering
So
night.
that's a key, is you want to get to the point where you can fall asleep. It's the tossing and turning, attempting to get to sleep because you're so uncomfortable. If you can fall asleep, you're good. this would help eliminate or at least mitigate that a bit.
Yeah, I was. I've gotten soft in my old age, and it's because I have central air now. But I grew up in a house that didn't have air conditioning. There was 0 air conditioners in my house. It was an old house, and so
you had fans.
We had fans, and that was it.
Same here.
And you just sort of got used to it. And then at a certain point in the mid to late '90s, we got our first air conditioner, and then it's been game over ever since.
Once you listen, I've got to have it. I've got to have my conditioning.
All right, here's another pillow tip, real quick, and then Kath, I'll see what you have to say. Consider swapping your foam version for one filled with buckwheat hulls.
What?
Wait, what is it?
Your a mattress?
No.
The Little Rascals.
A pillow.
Oh, a pillow.
Filled with buckwheat hulls. The buckwheat stuffing allows air to circulate through the pillow, which means it holds less body heat than foam pillows. They make buckwheat hull pillows. Never heard of that before.
So it allows air to breathe through it, is what they're saying.
That's what they're saying.
Oh, and they said it's best for neck pain.
Kathy.
All right. Should try that
They
out.
have them on Amazon.
And they make a hell of a pancake.
What did you want to add,
I
Kath?
was just going to say, you guys brought up air conditioning. That was when I was like, okay, I've made it in life when I got a house with central air. Because same, Casey, we grew up, we had wall units. I mean, we weren't sweating to death, but we actually were because my dad didn't want the electric bill to go up. So we would turn them all off in the middle of the night.
That was fun.
So when I moved into a house, my first house, and it had central air, I was like, wow.
This is amazing.
I did it.
I'm wealthy.
Yeah, yes, totally.
Central air.
Well, Kathy, if you couldn't have afforded wall units, there's another way that you can make your own air conditioner.
Okay.
So you take a styrofoam cooler and you can transform into a real cooler by adding 2 dryer vents and a small fan. It's essentially a do-it-yourself AC for less than $10. So here's what you do. You carefully trace the circumference of the fan on the center of the cooler's cover. Then you trace the dryer vent openings trace the dryer vent openings on either side. Cut along the lines. Vacuum up any stray bits of foam and insert the vents and the fan blower side down into the openings. Next, you fill plastic water bottles with water, freeze them until they're solid, and then you place them in the cooler. Then you replace the cover, plug in the fan, and then you have a do-it-yourself air conditioning unit.
And it seems so easy.
And that would be for night, probably, because they'll thaw overnight.
Exactly. But at least for that, it might work. I've seen sort of things that they sell that are basically this now, Preston, pre-made.
There's an ad on TikTok that it's like basically this, but you order it. It's a small little unit.
I've seen it.
Right, you've seen it. Like you put ice in it. It says it'll cool a whatever square foot room. And I'm like,
okay.
I mean, that would be great if it did actually work.
If you think about it, if you have a refrigerator, let's say you don't have AC, you definitely have a refrigerator. It's going to run all day long, no matter what. You may as well be freezing bottles of water in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not going to cost you any extra money.
No.
The only thing that's going to cost extra money is running a fan through this unit all day long.
I dropped my son off for overnight camp over the weekend. This place down on the Chesapeake Bay, and they have no air conditioning. The best they can do in any is like just the fans, And so, Preston, I was trying to think of are there cooling things that you can put inside of a sleeping bag or on is there
ice cream?
Well, yeah, maybe, but there's all they can do at this point is try to open up the windows and turn on the fans because they can't. You don't even have any access to ice.
I'll give you a couple other methods here. First, let me go to Glenn, though, who has an item we were talking about. Glenn, good morning.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. What's up, Glenn?
I have 2 buckwheat pillows, and I thought it was crazy. My wife is like a freak about organic stuff, and she got 2 buckwheat pillows.
Yeah.
And I thought they were strange, and I sleep on them, and they're amazing. They never get hot.
They never get hot.
Cool.
Well, that's the big thing is that, like flipping the pillow so you get the cool side and so on and so forth throughout the night and this kind of thing.
So, Glenn, does it feel like they're kind of like beads in there or something?
Yeah, it feels almost like little tiny beads, but it molds to your face and your head, and like Kathy said, it's great for your neck,
All right.
too.
So have you ever seen one of those it's like a little cushion that you can put in the microwave and heat it up and then put it on your neck or something like that? It's usually filled with these bead type things. You know what I'm talking about, Glenn?
Yeah. My daughter has one for headaches. There's rice in it, and you just put it in the microwave. And
Is it
stays
similar? Is it similar to that sensation as far as how it feels? Okay. All
You think
right.
you can sleep on that, Preston?
Maybe. And I mean, my thing is the pillow needs to be cool. It's just I'm constantly you guys know I have like 7 or 8 pillows on my bed, and I swap them out regularly throughout the night. I probably don't even wake up while I'm doing it, but maybe a buckwheat pillow is something to try out. Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate it, man.
No problem, guys. Have a good day.
All right, see ya. All right, so here's another one. Nick, maybe they can do this. The so-called Egyptian method.
All right.
Promises to keep you cool on hot summer nights, although I don't think I could do this.
Oh, okay.
Go to the lower levels of a pyramid?
No. You wet a bed sheet or a large bath towel with cool water and then wring it out and then run it through your washer's spin cycle until it's damp but not dripping. This will be your new Beat the Heat blanket. Keep a spray bottle filled with water and a small amount of rubbing alcohol at your bedside. If you wake up warm, give the sheet a little spritz. And another idea is in the same vein is to wet and wring out a sheet and then hang it in front of the open window nearest your bed to make any breeze even more delightful.
I mean, if last resort, if that's all you have to cool you down and you need to get to sleep, I would try it.
So could you sleep on slightly damp sheets?
If that's the only option to cool me down, yeah.
So
better than not sleep, because Steve, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be sweating my ass off anyway.
Right,
so
they're gonna be wet anyway.
I would try this, yeah.
So I tried this one method. We were visiting my wife's family in Scandinavia, and we went to Norway, and so there's no air conditioning. In place in Norway. Now we were there in the summertime.
Right.
It does get warm. It gets hot actually at some points, but the majority of the year it's cooler. So nobody has air conditioning.
They don't care. Yeah.
So we were staying in this hotel. And the sun's up all night long, so they have blackout curtains and everything, but they didn't have air conditioning, so we tried this hack. I didn't really think it worked.
All right.
Maybe it made a difference. I don't know. Maybe it would have been hotter if not. But what you do is you can set a bowl of ice in front of a table fan.
Yeah, I've heard this.
And as the ice melts, the fan blows cooler air toward you. Now, it says here, you got to be fairly close to actually get any sensation out of it.
Like almost right in front of your face.
Your best bet is to try this hack while you're working at your desk or place the fan bowl combo near the stove on your kitchen counter while you're cooking. But for us in the room, I didn't think it really did anything.
And remember, as you turn on and off the fan and adjust it, make sure one hand is in that bowl of water.
Right, yes. Yeah. So therefore, you get a little kick. All right, so here's a way that if you need to, let's say you have some beverages, some water, some soda, whatever it may be, even beer, and it's warm. It's not cold. You need cold beverages to stay.
I like cold beverage.
Yeah. Cold beverage, yes. So what you do is you run a paper towel under cold tap water, wrap it around a can or a bottle, and then you place it in the freezer.
Yeah.
And in 15 minutes or less, your drink will be chilled to perfection.
Have you ever tried it?
I have.
No.
Does it work?
I didn't think it worked.
I don't think. How could it work that quickly?
Let me tell you, Steve.
All right.
Numerous scientists have weighed in, but one easy explanation is that the water on the towel evaporates, drawing heat from the bottle and making it cool faster. So I don't know.
Hell.
Also, I mean, if you have it in a cooler with ice, or if you have like an ice, your ice maker, right? And
Put salt in it?
No. What you do is if it's like a can or a bottle, you lay it directly on the ice, and then you roll it almost like you're like in the like the.
What if you
thing.
were to put it in your industrial size walk-in refrigerator?
Okay, I'm
for
listening.
about 10 minutes.
Not 10 minutes. That's not going to do it. But I tried putting ice in a cooler one time. I was like having a party or something along those lines, and I forgot to ice down the beer, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta have cold. They gotta have cold beer. So I put salt in it.
It's supposed to work, right?
Salt drops the temperature.
Right.
That's why when you make ice cream, you put salt in the ice.
Right.
But anyway. No, it didn't work. Just got ice all over the beer bottles.
How many times have you forgotten beers that you've left in the freezer?
It's happened, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's the worst.
And they explode.
Yeah,
they just flat out explode. That's all there is
I
to
left
it.
one in the ice maker one time because, Steve, I thought keeping it in the ice would... It wasn't even in my house. I felt like such a jackass.
Oh, no.
I know. I was such a D-bag.
Were you busted?
I mean, it was my fault. I knew that I had done it. I just had forgotten about it. And I was like, oh, my God, Brian, I'm so sorry. And I just left it right in the ice maker. So not only did the beer explode all over inside the freezer, it destroyed the ice maker in the process.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was a good time.
All right, another tip that you can do to beat the heat, use a ceiling fan while running the air conditioner can actually double the cooling effect.
I do that.
Yep.
I have my ceiling fan on and I have my AC. I'm like a pool shark, Preston, the way I play the angles in the room.
So the AC lowers the air temperature. The fan circulates the cool air throughout the room. The boost in the air circulation creates a wind chill that allows you to run the AC at a higher temperature.
However,
while keeping things cool.
There is that you have to be certain about the direction the fan is going, correct?
There is another thing about that. So hang on a second here.
It has to do, and a lot of people don't know that your ceiling fan has two different functions. It'll run in two different directions because of the way the blades on the fan are angled.
Correct. So for optimum cooling during summer, it says air should blow straight down rather than up toward the ceiling. So running your ceiling fan in a counterclockwise direction will do the trick. The airflow produced creates a wind chill effect that makes you feel cooler. Be sure to adjust the fan speed as the weather heats up. The warmer the weather, the higher the speed. And remember that you can set your AC thermostat a little higher when you're running the ceiling fans. So it says, Steve, that the air should be blowing straight down rather than up. That's the way I usually have it anyway, right?
Yeah, that's the way I have it. Yeah.
Sometimes I do it the other way. But
I have inverters, which are those wall units, and it shoots the cold air out. I have the fins on it basically pointed out directly out. It goes out, and then my ceiling fan pumps it down on me, and I am a happy man.
All right. Also, they recommend home appliances, electronics, even standard light bulbs can heat up your house, so you need to turn them on as little as possible. Run the washing machine only when you have a full load, or hang your wash on a clothesline. Skip the dishwasher if it is not at capacity. Did you guys ever have to hang wash at your house? We didn't do that at my house.
No.
You guys hung wash?
Hang it outside? Oh, yeah.
We had a clothesline, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, my wife loves to dry stuff. She has these racks and loves to dry them outside. Are you the same way?
I don't put it outside, but I have the racks. I mean, we never had to hang clothes, but I mean, I probably hang, I would say, the majority of my clothes anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Even your unmentionables?
Just to preserve the life of them, and a lot of them, if they'll shrink. I mean,
okay, because they get a little bit beat up in the washer, a little bit beat up in the dryer. Maybe shrink or just be wrinkly if you leave them in there too long.
Not even that. I'm not worried.
My Cheryl Ed panties.
I'm not worried about the wrinkles because I have a steamer, Preston.
Wow.
But yeah, no, just to preserve the life of it and to keep it looking new.
Okay. All right. Kathy's unmentionables. She hangs them out once a week.
By the way,
don't look.
Yeah.
Steamer over iron. Any person out there who hates ironing, get a steamer.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Somebody texts in and says, Ziploc baggie, big or small, put 1 part rubbing alcohol, 3 parts water, put it in the freezer. It won't freeze. Use it on the back of your neck.
That makes a lot of sense. So the whole idea of a cool towel wrapped around your neck, not all the way, not tight.
Right, and then pull it really tight.
Yeah, and then until you're dead because you have no heat. No, that will actually keep you cool as well. That's that initial stage. You get into bed, you want to be able to fall asleep.
I'm going to go to Greg. He's got a tip. Greg, good morning.
Good morning, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks, buddy. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up? Deployments over into Iraq and Afghanistan. Sometimes we had air conditioners, sometimes we didn't.
Yep.
We had tons of bottles of water, though. I mean, you name it, there were bottles of water outside.
Yeah.
You take a sock, not your crusty socks, but you take a sock, wet it, put the water bottle in. It's the same concept as that paper towel, but I think it works a lot better. Instead of drinking really piss warm water, you could drink. It cools it down just enough to where you can enjoy it, especially out in the heat.
So you're saying hang the bottles of water in the sock and let what you're letting the breeze cool it?
Yeah. So instead of using the paper towel method, you take a sock, you soak the sock, you put the bottle in it.
Okay.
Let the breeze.
Oh,
Greg, what if the breeze is 111 degrees?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it cools it just enough to. I mean, it's not the greatest thing,
right?
But it's better than it was.
Right. No, I hear you.
I gotcha.
And then another thing about the light bulbs. I had a camper that had the halogen light bulbs in it.
Yeah.
I put LEDs in it. Complete difference.
Oh my God, halogen bulbs get so damn hot, dude. Yes, absolutely.
So that's a really good hack.
All right, thanks, Greg.
By the way, he brings up a good point too about with the light bulbs and things. Just in general, keep keep your blinds down.
Yeah, I do that.
Stop the sun.
Yes.
You're heating up your
especially on the side of the house and later in the day, Steve.
Yeah.
Excuse me, where the sun starts, pouring in. I'll keep those blinds just shut.
All right, so nearly 30% of unwanted heat enters your house through windows.
Yeah.
Especially south and west facing ones. So keep them closed when you're not home. Putting shades, curtains, blinds, shutters to work can reduce indoor room temperature by as much as 20 degrees.
20 degrees. Now, I have the dark shades and everything because I have a still in my house, and I don't want the revenuers to find it. But for the most part, it also helps to cool the house down.
In rooms with a window unit or portable air conditioner, you keep the door closed when the AC is running.
Yes.
And use door stops to keep four-legged family members from poking their heads into closed-off territories.
We had, you talk about the first air conditioner we ever got, Kathy, years and years ago. We had it put in the living room of the house where we watched TV, the den technically. And eventually, everyone would just sort of casually fall asleep in the because everyone wanted to hang in that room.
Yeah.
And eventually, it's like, well, maybe we should get window units for the bedrooms, because I mean, it's a revelation. And you're right, Case. Once you get used to it, once you train yourself to be used to it, you can never not have it.
No. I've turned into like a little sissy man.
Tips to beat the heat. All right, this one I like. All right, so it says you can enjoy cool basement air.
I love cool basement air.
In the upper stories of your house by the strategic placement of fans.
What?
So you get started by shutting all your windows except for one window on the top floor in the farthest possible south-facing corner. All right, then you position a box fan in the open window facing out.
Yeah.
Next, open a window in the farthest north-facing corner of the basement. The open basement window allows cooler air in while the upper window pulls warm air out. So,
it's circulating from the basement up to the attic.
Yeah, heat rises. So, and in the summertime, I know my basement is freezing because we're trying to cool the upper floors.
Right.
And all that air, it keeps it cool up there, but most of it siphons down and goes into the basement, and it's freezing down there. So if you can find a way to move that back up via ventilation.
What about buckets?
There you go. You could do a bucket brigade.
Yeah.
Probably.
So my dad, Kathy, was like your dad growing up, and we would have, on lucky days, room air conditioners that we were allowed to turn on, but we also had the box fan.
And don't forget, we're eating on Friday.
We had the box fan in the ceiling, Steve. I mean, in the attic.
Yeah.
And
would it work?
Well, it's sort of, but we would literally have to install it. And then my dad bought one from like the 40s, and it weighed 500 pounds. So I'd have to go up into the attic with him in July to install this damn thing. And I guess maybe Preston was probably like you in Norway. Like maybe it made a difference of 1 or 2 degrees. But the process by which we had to actually put the thing in was such a pain in the ass. And you just get so hot and sweaty while you're doing it. Like, I'm sure this is helping Dad.
Did you guys ever have or have a friend who had like an attic fan?
Yes.
That's what this was.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Man, I had a friend of mine, Bubba.
Okay.
And his when they would turn that on in the summertime, you'd thought they had fired up a nuclear reactor.
Where was the switch? Do you remember?
I don't remember where it was.
It was like
I remember just being scared of the fan.
Yeah, it was this industrial switch that we had to flip on from some like other room in the house.
It's almost like Frankenstein, like with a handle on it.
It's alive! It's alive!
You would hear it. That wall would start to vibrate a little bit.
It's almost like a prop. It's almost like you're turning on a Cessna.
Yeah.
But that.
It's alive! It's alive!
They're effective, though.
Nick, my dad would quietly walk throughout the house in the middle of the night and turn all the air conditioners off. So we would all wake up sweating.
I would have
But
stabbed him.
We did. Totally. Absolutely. Because no one ever woke up. You just woke up sweating. So,
Right.
he was very quiet when he walked around the house and turned the air conditioners
Was
off.
he like on wires coming in from the ceiling?
Yes.
I'll tell you this. That does speak to the point, though. The difficulty is in the actual getting to sleep. Once you're asleep, you sort of level off. It's that process of tossing and turning and getting comfortable enough to fall asleep. So there was a method to his madness, no matter how cruel it was.
All right, and then there's one last tip on this to keeping cool, beating the summer heat, and this one is make some menthol tea.
Menthol tea?
The organic compound.
Hold that heat stroke, Gum Gum. I'm going to make some menthol tea.
Menthol tea.
Well, I'll do that.
The organic compound menthol triggers protein sensory receptors in our mouth that make us feel cold. So I guess that's why the menthol cigarettes were called Cools.
Yeah.
You know?
My mother smoked Cools.
So foods that contain menthol, such as mint, tarragon, basil, and oregano.
Do they recommend you smoke menthol cigarettes?
Offer a cooling sensation. Smoke lots of menthol
Here,
cigarettes.
kids, smoke up. You'll feel great.
I bought a pack of cigarettes yesterday.
What?
Yeah, I did. Well, because Fish is going to be playing at the Mansion. I smoke at concerts, all right, Kathy?
No.
I didn't know this.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what's going to happen? Trey's going to look at you. He's going to see you from the stage, and you're going to feel bad about yourself.
It happened with me.
Take the lesson from Preston.
Neil Peart clearly saw me smoking a joint, and I was only 16.
We got to stop the concert here for a second. We're Canadian. We don't approve of pot, and this young man here is clearly sparking up.
They were total pot.
You ever want to be a drummer, son?
I should have bought menthols, is what I'm saying.
No, you shouldn't have bought them at
cigarettes?
all. What the hell is wrong with you?
Should have stolen them? Is that what you're saying, Kath?
Casey, give me that pack of cigarettes right now.
Stop it.
Is it
Right now.
Just say you and your friend, you got your jackets mixed up like in the Brady Bunch.
Yes.
Oregano tea might not be particularly palatable. Casey, just drink some menthol tea while you're there.
That's what I'll do.
Put a chilly glass of mint iced tea on a hot day. Oh, but a chilly glass of mint iced tea on a hot day can be quite tasty and refreshing.
Cool beverages.
It's the perfect accompaniment to an enjoyable afternoon on the back deck, watching the kids frolic in the yard, and garnish it with a sprig of crushed for even more cool deliciousness.
Your friggin' frolicking is driving me nuts. I can't eat my menthol cigarette.
Stop it with the frolicking.
The frolicking and the yap and the laughing and the giggling and the running. Stop it.
All right. Those are your tips.
There are actually some valid ones.
The
in
one
there.
I like most?
Yeah.
Freeze your pillowcase.
Yeah.
Or your pillow.
You also found out about the husk pillow. Are you going to look into that?
Yeah, actually, I think I will.
Kathy?
The buckwheat husk and also the basement to upper floors ventilation thing. I
Your
like
basement really gets substantially colder because of the cold air descending?
Much cooler down there. Much cooler. All right, and that's all we're going to give you for now. Those are your tips, and it is going to be heating up. The next couple days are very, very hot. Today's high of about 93 or so. Getting up to 97 Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday probably 99 to 100 degrees, somewhere in that range.
So a real deal heat wave.
Yep. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second. The Bizarre Files coming up. Shortly after that, our buddy Connor Barwin is stopping.
Yeah.
Man, we haven't seen Connor in a little while. He's got a really cool event that is coming up on the 23rd that you should be a part of. We'll come back in a moment. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
93.3 WMMR.
2 slices of pizza, that's like 500 calories. That's not that bad for lunch.
For lunch, you need to go down to 200 calories, dude. You can't do pizza for
No.
lunch. If you're gonna be serious about it,
Hold
you
up.
can't do pizza
Yeah,
for
let
lunch.
me ask you a
You
question.
can't do pizza at all.
Yeah, you can't do pizza at all. Casey, do you need to lose 50 pounds? That seems excessive.
No, 50 pounds is good.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, 50 pounds will put me in a good
I think that would put you in
agree
like
with you, Kat.
anorexic state.
No, but Kathy, you look at Casey and you're not like, I don't think of you as like crazy overweight. I think you have weight you want to lose and it's probably healthier, but I don't
think-
see you as crazy overweight.
But if somebody could commit to it for the next 7 weeks, I'm giving myself 2 extra weeks.
All right.
But if somebody could commit to it, can commit to me for 7 weeks.
What are they committing to you?
Well, that's the thing. And this is where we're at, Preston. It's all about preparation. The reason I have that pizza for lunch is because it's there.
All right.
Wait, I have a
Do you
suggestion.
realize they have salad down there?
Listen to
too?
Kathy.
Casey,
I use a reward system. I try to eat sensibly in the day, and in the evening, I save it for the end of the day. I have my reward, my little sweet treat, whatever it is, whatever your guilty pleasure is, you can have that, but only if you've been good for the day.
I shut it off after dinner. And I actually the weekend I relax.
Yeah,
I do too.
So during the
I
week,
have my weekend.
I'm pretty austere, and on the weekend that's when I have a little bit of latitude.
Can I make a suggestion without being insulting? Try pizza without ranch dressing.
Listen, you a-holes. When was the last time you saw me with ranch dressing?
Okay, can I jump?
And by the way, I don't always eat pizza with ranch dressing. I didn't invent it. It is something that I tried like within the last year. All right?
Okay.
Drop the friggin' ranch dressing. Drop it.
I will say this. I have seen you eat pizza at last 6 or 7 times without dressing.
Did you say 6 or 7 times?
Well, I have not seen him have dressing on his pizza in quite a while.
And it's not something I invented. It was like I tried it because I saw a girl with a nice frame. As a matter of fact, trying to like ranch dressing on your pizza. All right, I'll try it. And then I did it like 6 times. And next thing you know, I'm making ranch dressing pizza sandwiches or something. Shut up!
Nick, that was a good suggestion.
Thanks. I love you.
Well,
my God.
At least cut back on the drinking cheese.
Okay. It's so good, though.
I don't know that my morning can get any better.
I don't think it can.
Okay.
We
All right.
peaked and it's only 7 a.m.
Thank you for filling out the entertainment portion of the show. Please welcome to our show Jordan Peele and Method Man.
Thank you,
gentlemen. Welcome to Philadelphia.
Thank you. This is the new duo. We're gonna do Meth and Peele.
Oh, the new version. Yeah. I think that should work well.
Because Key and Red are doing their own thing. Yeah, Key and Red Man are out there, but I think we're doing a little bit better.
You think you guys have struck up a good chemistry?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Basically, I talk and sound like an idiot, and he mean mugs, and then the fans run away.
He just mean mugs. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, the movie is hilarious.
There you go.
The movie's Keanu, and it is a parody, I guess, of John Wick. Correct?
You know, it's funny. We wrote this movie before John Wick came out.
Really?
I kid you not. Yeah. No, when John Wick came out, and all of a sudden you have actual Keanu Reeves in an action plot where he's saving an animal, I was like, I'm done. We're done. We've got this is either too good.
See the light of day, right?
Yeah, it's too good or too bad, right? But it worked out, and so yeah, if you're a John Wick fan, absolutely.
I absolutely am. Yeah, love the movie
yes,
and love the concept.
All right, well, thank you.
It's howlingly hilarious to watch in what are John Woo level action sequences. A kitten running from in the center in the shootout. It's pretty wild.
He did all his own stunts.
Oh, the kitten. There was no kitten stuntmen.
No kitten stuntmen. Actually, there were about 6.
Yeah, about 6 guys.
Well,
they all had K names too. Katrina.
It's true.
No,
it's true.
Seriously.
So kittens tend to grow pretty quickly. Did you have an issue with the kitten at the beginning? Did you have to use this? Were you able to use the same kitten?
We had to trade out kittens in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
But we had to do that with some of the extras as well.
Did you spend the most amount of time with the kitten?
Nah, they didn't give me too many scenes with the kitten. I was strictly there for intimidation, like now.
Okay. Because your character ends up taking the cat. I mean,
yeah, pretty much
in the movie. I didn't know if that was like your sidekick.
It's something about the cat, though. It's something that I don't know. It's like something about Mary, I guess. It gets like that when you deal with pussies.
Yeah.
Same sort of deal. Same sort of deal.
No, there's nothing better than seeing Method Man with a kitten. I mean, it's just, I'm sorry, every time he's on screen, we're like, can we get more of this shot? Yeah.
Well, with
it's adorable.
A kitten and a do-rag too was.
We got that kitten in the do-rag.
I felt that was a bit much, but
well, we have to. If you have a kitten, you got to dress it, right?
Yeah.
And
so what? Now the movie comes out, and I assume you're hard at work on your next project. It's weird because you'll do a movie, and then by the time you get to promote it, you're already well into something else. What are you on now?
Well, I just directed a horror film.
Oh,
straight horror film.
Yeah.
It's called Get Out. Thank you. My directorial debut. I'm very happy with it.
Big fan of the genre?
A big fan of the genre.
Oh, awesome.
I love horror. You can probably tell.
Straight ahead horror.
Straight horror. Okay. I'm sure you could tell a lot of Key and Peele sketches go very dark.
Yes, they do.
Very fast.
Yes.
So it's not a comedy. There's funny things in it. We got some.
Is it slasher horror?
It's not slasher horror. I can't tell you too much about it, but it is very scary.
You wrote it?
It's called I wrote it.
Oh, awesome.
And yeah, I'm editing it right now.
Get Out made me automatically think of Amityville Horror.
Yeah, a little reference there.
It made me think of Eddie Murphy, actually.
Me too.
Yep, the Eddie Murphy
Too
bit.
bad we can't stay, baby.
Well, you know, it is a movie that is a horror movie that's geared to the black horror audience, who just doesn't want any,
Get out.
Pick up the phone, man. No. Get out.
Yeah.
So it's an elevated horror film. It's not a comedy. I know it sounds like a comedy, but it should satisfy the audience member and all of us that just wants people to do smart things.
I love there's an element to a lot of horror movies where you are just, it kills it for me when they are so astoundingly stupid
Exactly.
in their reactions.
It will ruin a movie.
Give me a little bit and I'm in, but if they are staggeringly dumb, I can't watch it.
Exactly.
I don't like jump scares personally.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
a cheap shot.
Yeah.
I do have a question about something because Method, you played Cheddar, who's the head of the 17th Street Blips. They were the people that got kicked out of the Bloods and the Crips.
That's right.
The Blips. My question is, were they kicked out because they were too bad, or were they kicked out because they were idiots? And
I'm going to go with, according to the script, I think because they were incompetents.
Because they were incompetent. All right.
Pretty much.
They probably wore plaid or something.
Right.
You can't wear plaid in the Bloods of the
Paisley,
Crips.
pretty much, yeah.
You guys are going to be out and about today for a little bit?
Yeah.
Say it again?
God, yeah.
You guys are going to be out?
Yeah.
They got an appearance today. It's going to be at Le Cat Cafe in Brewerytown. You guys will be there from 3:30 to 4.
It's an awesome place. My wife and I actually donated some stuff to them. She does a whole bunch of animal rescue. It's going to be a wonderful experience, I'm sure.
That's why
you
you're
seem
laughing,
thrilled by
right?
it.
Yeah, that's why you're laughing.
I'm going to put kittens all over him. It's going to be hilarious.
Definitely cool. Put people on blast. The publicists are scared of me, man. Pretty much.
Yeah.
They're kind of
Good reason,
leery of
good
me. I'm
reason.
riding in the car by myself. He has everybody in
sad.
his car.
That's
It's sad. It's pretty sad, man.
Yeah.
That's right. I put y'all on blast. Stand over there all you want.
That's the life of
And we are sitting in a room. People are sitting down in chairs all around the room. And it's like one black guy. What's up, dude? Holla, we here for you. Black Lives Matter, baby. All right.
Brought him in for you.
Well, listen, if people want to come down and meet, you guys going to say hi, do pictures, stuff like that? Or?
No.
Yeah, you know.
I'm playing.
We're going to put him in post. Method Man's going to get in and
Photoshop
I'll take
his
the
ass
pictures.
in there, yeah.
We're just going to put our arms out. He's going to get in there.
Method Man cut out.
Some Instagram app. We're going to...
You know what I'm saying? I took a shower today. Of course I'm taking pictures.
It's a special day.
Brushed my teeth today.
3:30 to 4 o'clock today. And, of course, the movie's opening up on April 29th. Looks awesome. Looks
Thank
hilarious. You guys
Appreciate it.
You hit it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming in this morning.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Jordan Peele and Method Man.
Yeah.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on Friday night at Brooklyn, New York's Barclays Center.
Finally.
In addition to Deep Purple, who were inducted by Lars Ulrich, there was also Chicago, inducted by Rob Thomas.
Chicago!
Steve Miller, inducted by the Black Keys. Songer, writer, producer Burt Burns, inducted by Steve Van Zandt. NWA, inducted by Kendrick Lamar. And Cheap Truck.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Shut up.
Cheap Truck. It's like $1,000. It's got some body damage.
Shut.
I want you to want this truck. Your car's all right, your bicycle's all right, but this truck should check it out.
You said it, man.
Casey's looking at me laughing, putting his hands up in the air like, I'm sorry, I'm laughing at you, man. God damn it. Why does it?
I want you to want this truck. Savings have never been better at Fred Beans. It's here. I got to go to Fred Beans.
Live in Budokan.
Right? He just sold me a truck. I get to see a cheap trick and I bought a great truck. $1,000. Little body damage.
Cheap Trick. Christian author and publisher Mac Major warned over the weekend that Christian women are losing their salvation by using dildos which he called a direct path to Satan.
It's a path to Satan.
Mac wrote
These dildos.
on the Eden Decoded Facebook page, too many Christian women are losing their salvation because they pleasure themselves. Dildos and all those other sex toys have been used.
You know, French ticklers, Benoit balls.
For strap-ons.
Strap-ons.
They've been used for thousands of years in demonic sex rituals. It's one of the main
things like hot Carls, Disney Gillespie's, Cleveland Steamers, Pittsburgh Platters, Eiffel Towers.
It's one of the main ways ancient pagan societies worship their demonic gods, he said. It's a direct path to Satan.
chick on chick, MILF porn, stuff like that.
Pogs, BBWs.
Two girls in a cup. The one where the guy craps in the mason jar and it breaks on his ass. Evil.
He said there's nothing normal about it, and shame on any Christian that says so.
Pee and poop and all that stuff, and smearing and hazmat suits and plushies.
He urged readers not to be ignorant of Satan's devices, and he suggested that the ancient city of Pompeii was destroyed because it was completely engulfed in a culture of pornography, homosexuality, wild orgies, and the worship of the little god with the huge member known as Priapus. Many of you who are reading this...
Oh, is that where
I guess so.
Priapism comes from?
Yeah, which is the erection that never ends.
Goes away.
Yeah. He said, many of you who are reading this have sex toys in your possession right now.
Like dildos, C-rings, butt plugs.
He noted.
Guy's an expert.
I've heard.
The great country singer, Loretta Lynn.
Oh, wow.
81 years old today.
What did she do? Stand by Your Man?
Coal Miner's Daughter was her huge hit.
Don't come home and drinking with loving on your mind. You ain't woman enough. Fist City.
Yeah, it's the first song to really address fisting. And you remember
that was
Preston,
in the 1960s
that
too,
was
man.
an incredibly tough sell to record.
Fist City. He ain't kidding.
Yeah, and that was the follow-up to Two Knuckles Deep.
They took it a little bit at a time.
And she had come from this really conservative background.
Yeah.
Well, again, you have to finesse it a little bit.
So Two Knuckles Deep and then Fist City.
Dude, it was totally Fist City.
Yeah.
I can't even put my legs together.
And then was all the way to the elbow, the last.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go to Fist City,
then you might try Blumpkin Lane.
Blumpkin Lane.
Yeah.
Both are kind of,
So while you're sitting there chewing on your hoagie, I'll be down here tending to business.
All right, what is honey?
What is honey?
What is it?
It's when the
It's bee piss. What is it? It's bee piss.
What is it?
the bee pukes up into the comb, and then it ferments, essentially.
It is, it's how they...
Bee vomit?
It's bee
Bee
puke.
vomit.
Yeah.
Why did bees even go there if they keep throwing up and getting sick?
What's that?
They're getting sick. Why even go there?
With where what now?
I want to curse right now.
Oh, you're saying if it's so good for you, why are they getting sick?
Well, no. Why do they keep going back if they keep getting sick? It's a vomitorium.
Someone, Rachel Ritter is her name, and I met her this weekend down
Rachel Ritter.
at the shore, and she gave me this note, and it says, my friend Lindsay and I love your show. We listen to you guys every morning, but only for a short time and really early, 6:30 to 7, due to our commutes. We work at a preschool in New Jersey, and we heard you say that you needed this shirt. So here it is, and enjoy. So this is from Rachel Ritter and Lindsay Mueller. It is from Stranger Things, the Hellfire Club T-shirt.
It's awesome.
I didn't notice that.
You didn't notice this?
No.
And it's actually the full-length sleeves and everything. I had to roll them up because it's so hot out today. But I had to wear it right away. I'm like, yes, absolutely. I would love that. We were just talking about the other day, Steve. We all wanted to get this shirt.
Oh, absolutely. Is the Hellfire Club, if you're not familiar, is the Dungeons and Dragons club in this season of Stranger Things, and everyone loves it. And that's a great shirt, Preston.
So Rachel Ritter and Lindsay Mueller, you guys didn't have to do that, but I love it. So thank you so much.
That is really sweet.
That was really, really nice. So it's a very cool thing that happened over the weekend. All right, reminder, we have Tattoos Day, your chance to win a Preston and Steve themed tattoo. $350 gift certificate from Floating World Tattoo and Piercing. So text word teacher. No, not teacher. We finished that a while back.
I mean, you can if
Text
you
word
want.
tattoo to 39333.
Do it, yeah.
And nothing will happen if you do the teacher.
Yeah, it's a heat wave. We're not thinking clearly.
I'm delirious over here.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's get you on board. And while you're doing that, we'll do this.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you this morning by Red Robin. Hungry for a juicy gourmet burger with bottomless steak fries and an ice cold beer from Red Robin? Well, enjoy your yummy at your local Red Robin today. Red Robin, yum. All right, so maybe you guys saw this messed up story out of Florida. An elderly woman was killed by 2 alligators in a pond near her home, officials in Sarasota County said. This happened late Friday. Officials said the alligators grabbed her after she fell into the water. Whoa.
It couldn't get worse. 2 of them.
The woman was seen falling into a pond along the course at the Boca Royale Golf and Country Club in Inglewood. The woman struggled to stay afloat before 2 nearby alligators grabbed her. The woman was pronounced dead at the scene. Authorities have since captured the alligators. They've removed them from the pond. This is not the first alligator-related death this year. In June, a person was killed after an alligator pulled them into a pond in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Weeks earlier, a 47-year-old man was found dead in a gator-filled lake that was discovered to be missing 3 limbs. The animals have been spotted multiple times in the southeast in recent months, and 2 were even seen as far north as Wisconsin.
Wisconsin alligators.
Though they have often gained national attention. Alligator bites are relatively rare. In 2021, the commission said that the state had averaged 8 unprovoked bites per year that required serious medical attention over the last 10 years.
So, Florida golf courses that all have like water traps and things of that nature. Do they occasionally check them for gators?
I would think so.
And remove them?
I don't know if they remove them or not, but right next to where my mom and sister live, there's a golf course adjacent to their property.
Yeah.
And there's a gator. He's been hanging out there this year. I've got pictures of him, and so I don't know.
I would not play that course.
What you can do about it, but nonetheless, be careful. Here's a story out of Connecticut. Police arrested a New Haven man for allegedly pointing a gun at customers after they didn't say thank you when he held the door open for them.
He's kind of into his manners, isn't he?
Joshua Murray had held the door open for 2 female customers outside a Family Dollar store. A witness reported Murray was upset after not receiving a thank you, leading him to point his firearm at them.
Say thank you.
Murray
say thank you.
Did not have a permit for the gun, which is a felony. And police responded to the scene. They located Murray about a half mile away where he interfered with the arresting officers. No one was injured at the original incident or during the arrest.
Good morning. Say good morning back.
Murray was charged with carrying a pistol without a permit, 2 counts of breach of peace in the 2nd degree, and interfering with a police officer.
Sounds like the classic lit fuse.
Yeah. This is a pretty wild story, man. A West Virginia woman has awoken after a 2-year coma and identified her brother as her attacker.
Isn't that wild?
Wanda Palmer accused her brother of attacking her at her residence near Cottageville, West Virginia, in June of 2020. Police say that Palmer was attacked, hacked, and left for dead. Police say they found Palmer in an upright position on her couch, and she was severely injured, and the injuries were caused by what appeared to be a hatchet or an axe. Jackson County Sheriff Ross Mellinger said that when police arrived, they thought that she was dead. They soon realized afterwards she was still alive and breathing shallowly. Police never recovered the weapon. One witness reported seeing Palmer's brother, Daniel, on her porch around midnight the night before that she was discovered. There were no phone records, surveillance video footage, or eyewitnesses outside of Palmer's home. So police investigated several people, and they could never file charges. A couple of weeks ago, Mellinger said that his office got a call from Palmer's care facility saying that she was able to speak to authorities. Palmer was able to answer only yes or no questions, but provided enough testimony for police to arrest Daniel. Daniel Palmer was arrested and charged with attempted murder and malicious wounding on Friday. Wanda Palmer is now coherent. She is unable to hold full-length conversations, but they were able to get enough info from her.
I wonder what this is going to be like in court, trying to prove this, right?
I know, yeah, it might be tough.
Yeah.
It might be hard because she's obviously, been damaged and been in a coma and all that stuff, but we'll see where this goes. If they can get just a smidge more evidence, maybe they can get him. A British man is dead and a woman believed to be his partner severely injured after what has been described as a sex game went horribly wrong.
Oh, don't you hate that when your sex games go horribly wrong?
A chambermaid at a luxury hotel in Florence, Italy, raised the alarm after the British woman, who was covered in cuts and bruises, begged for her help.
Oh, my God.
Paramedics rushed to the four-star Hotel Continental in central Florence, and the woman was taken to a hospital where she's reportedly in a serious but stable condition. So an Italian newspaper, La Nazione, reports among the hypotheses that still have to be confirmed by the investigators is that a quarrel between the two tourists which culminated in violence. Yet the hypothesis of an erotic game that ended badly is not excluded. Other guests at the hotel were already said to have contacted the reception desk about shouting and banging coming from the couple's room. The 40-year-old British man who died is understood to have suffered a seizure while taking part in a sex game with his 43-year-old partner.
Were there tools and sex implements used, or was it just simply rough sex?
They didn't say in this particular story. A local police source said
there was a paint mixer in the room.
The people involved are both British, and at the moment they said we are working on two theories, an erotic game that went wrong or some sort of domestic argument, but the general direction is that of the erotic game.
I'll pretend I'm Prince Andrew, and you pretend you're Gary Coleman.
The man...
Go on.
I like it.
The man described...
He farted in my face.
Is that what happened?
Uh-huh.
That's what pushed him over her over the edge.
He farted in my face.
It's going to make anyone upset. I said pretend you're Gary Coleman, not fart in my face.
He farted in my face.
He did.
So they said that the man described by the Daily Mail as an amateur league rugby player was found with a series of cuts, bruises, and other injuries on his body.
Wow.
And so was the woman, although she was more seriously hurt, and the man appears to have had some sort of seizure.
And he farted in my face. Not the way Chuck Berry does.
She said there is... The police said there is blood in the room, and the forensic teams were working there at the moment while the woman
there you go
has been taken to the hospital for treatment.
He farted in my face.
The names of the two victims are not likely to be released until the investigation is concluded. The Hotel Continental is described by TripAdvisor as the place to see and be seen, a catwalk for fashion and desire.
Isn't that where hitmen stay?
In the heart of Florence. That's the Continental.
Yeah.
Which is pretty close to it. Yeah. So, all right, and there you go. That is what I have in the bizarre file for you this morning. All right, let us take a break. Come back in a second. We'll get Connor Barwin in here just a little bit. Should be in our Acme Lounge shortly. And we'll say hello and get things rolling. So make sure you hang out with us. We won't be gone long.
They seal up they create a wax, too.
It's not an unpleasant thing for them, Case.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not
Oh,
puking.
okay.
It's
Not like
the same
beer,
thing.
bee splooge.
All right, so you want to see me make pipe?
Yeah, good.
All right, real easy to do.
Oh, yes. Preston Elliott, the bong maker.
So you, no, it's not a bong, it's pipe.
It's not a bong, it's pipe.
So you pinch it like this.
Okay.
Pretty easy to do.
Like so?
Then you can take something like a paper clip.
Right.
And then you poke holes in it. Kathy, you loving this instructional I'm doing for
all the kids.
I actually, you know what?
What's the best way to cook meth?
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, seriously. Next. After the break.
Hi, I'm Kathy Romano, and I'm in the meth kitchen.
A pin works better, but you can use this.
I recommend injecting between the toes. It won't leave track marks.
Almost done. There we go. And then you put a little supercharger in the side.
There you go.
Right, Case?
Steve, I wonder what Bill's going to think of this.
Supercharged.
I'm not a fan. You're promoting drug abuse.
Done.
There you go. Wow. Bam.
All right, let's see. Can I see it? Because I don't even really.
Oh,
good catch.
Nice catch.
Why do you spill my coffee?
Jesus.
The real Kathy comes out occasionally.
I physically felt that sitting next to you.
Shut up.
I've seen Kathy leave the building from the roof and attack field mice.
All right, now what do you... Not that you needed additional instruction, but what do you do with this now?
All right, so you put your tobacco.
You question why your life has gotten this bad.
This is me like talking like I work at a head shop. You put your tobacco there.
Where the little dots are.
Yeah, and then you put
your tobacco.
And then you put your finger over that. That's right. And then you put your mouth over the hole in the drinking part.
Your perfectly legal tobacco goes here.
And then you light it, and then when you get enough, you let go of that with your finger, and it clears it out.
Oh, okay. Steve, do you want to add this to the Batman collection?
Nah. Getting totally stoned tonight.
You know the farm behind the Plymouth Meeting Mall?
What?
No.
The farm behind the Plymouth Meeting Mall?
There's a farm behind the Plymouth
Yeah,
Meeting Mall?
The farm behind Plymouth Meeting Mall. This year's crop is death. I didn't know there was a farm back there. Oh, yeah, it's been there for about 20 years. No one's ever come back from it, though. The farm behind Plymouth Meeting Mall. The crop is in, and it's blood.
Anyway, they have local honey, Nick, so I can grab you some. It's called Maple Acres Farm.
Don't grab me any. Even I've been talking about it.
How about a couple of acres?
I can't even get 4 words out of my mouth. I'm not getting you honey.
I'm trying to think of where there's space for a farm behind the Plymouth Meeting Mall.
Farm behind the Plymouth Meeting Mall. This year's crop is death. Kathy goes there. She won't even think about picking you up, honey, though. What kind of bitch she is.
It's on Narcissa Road.
Is that what you said?
What's that?
Did you say that's the kind of bitch she is?
And he wants me to get him honey.
Well, I just want local honey.
Oh, yeah, we go there all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, it's a cute little farm.
Okay.
Do you go picking your own
They
stuff?
have-
or-
yeah, you can cut your own flowers there. You can,
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They have
Where the hell is a
apple
farm?
orchard or anything like that? Or
We get
Apple orchard in the farm behind the Plymouth Meeting Mall. The sequel to last year's blockbuster hit, The Farm Behind Plymouth Meeting Mall. This year's apples are blood red.
Oh, there it is. Okay, we're looking at an aerial
it's
shot.
not behind it. It's on the other side of the northeast extension.
Well,
okay.
but if you were
Well,
standing
you'd have
over
to be a
there,
moron to think it's right.
Well, the way we're looking at it, it's next to it. But if you were standing in front of the mall, it would then be behind it.
Yeah.
The sequel to last year's The Farm Behind Plymouth Meeting Mall, The Orchard. The farm is not exactly behind Plymouth Meeting Mall and is next to it.
Wait, Steve, you know you would know where it is. You know that pet hospital back there, Hickory?
Hickory.
Is
The
it?
sequel to last year's
Come on.
The farm is actually next to the Plymouth Meeting Mall. It's now near an animal hospital.
But if
Do you know that you
Hickory
you took one of your cats there
all
before?
the time. It's a 24-hour facility.
Okay, so
It's not exactly behind the farm. It's behind the Plymouth Meeting Mall.
if you passed that, it would be after that.
It'd be right after that. But you'll never make it because no one ever comes back from the animal hospital. It's next to the farm where the apple orchard is, sort of behind Plymouth Meeting Mall.
Hey, Press, your leather jacket, which I love, by the way. Is that really, really warm? Like in the winter? Is it just?
It's not like below zero warm.
It's not.
But I will wear it through the winter.
Okay.
Yeah, I got lucky finding that thing. I was just I went by like a Wilson's Leather, and I walk in, and they were having some kind of sale.
I remember.
I normally don't buy a leather jacket, and I was like, it kind of reminded me of
Wolverine?
Wolverine's leather jacket. Yeah, it's a motorcycle type jacket. I'm like, I think I will take that.
Were you trying
I
it out
love
standing in front of the mirror going, whing, shing, snicked? What was that, sir? I said, swing. Like, I'll take it.
That's how they write it in the comic books, by the way. Snicked. When his claws come out.
Just took a hairy schnicked.
Snicked. S-N-I-K-T.
Snicked.
Snicked. Let me see here. Hang on, I want to cut it. Snicked.
I'm sorry, sir.
I'm
what
going to
was
cut you up. Snicked.
I'm Wolverine.
Security.
It's just a guy yelling snicked.
Snicked.
Oh my God.
What was that?
It sounded like that clip we had.
Did you see his face when he did that?
Just buy the goddamn coat. Get out.
Just get out of here and buy the coat.
You have an appearance next door to an amusement park.
You know what pissed me off about that coat is somewhere in it, damn it. And I know, and they've looked. There's one of those freaking alarm indicators.
Oh, really?
I had
and for
one
the
of those.
longest time, every store I would try to leave. In fact, I'd be with Rochelle, and I'd be like, you ready? All right,
You
let's
know
go. Beep, 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 beep.
It
I
might-
just stand there and wait.
It might not be that. It might be something that the jacket's made with. I have a purse that does the same thing, and there's no tag still on it. It's just whatever is on that purse is making those go off.
After like a year, I took it back to the same store. They dug through it all, and they couldn't find anything. You might be right, Kathy.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting rid of it because I love that jacket.
Well, to be honest, you'll see the larger tags that they remove that are the security tags, but they're also very tiny little adhesive metallic strips that do the same thing.
You know what though? So it happens to me when I carry that one specific purse, and somebody has said, a security guard said to me, he goes, "Oh, it's one of those purses. It happens all the time."
Okay. I usually turn around and just go, snicked.
Snicked. What was that, sir?
Cut you up.
Snicked. I'm Wolverine. Get out.
A Barbie doll inspired by Misty Copeland was unveiled on Good Morning America on Monday. She is like the prima ballerina.
That's my understanding.
Of the U.S., and she is just
gorgeous.
Her body is absolutely flawless, phenomenal. She's very muscular and everything, but she is, those top level ballerinas
are in
you ever seen
phenomenal
like
shape.
those still photography when they're jumping in the air and their bodies and just all these unbelievable positions.
She does this ping pong ball trick.
She's beautiful. Shut up.
Stop it.
Because of the muscle control.
You ruin everything.
Because of the muscle control,
Yeah,
of
I'm
course.
just complimenting her physical ability. Oh my
Juggles
God!
them, right?
Yeah, she actually beat Forrest Gump in a game of ping pong. I give up.
I quit.
That's all I have to say about that.
Oh, but Kathy, look at this picture of her. Look
I
at this.
know.
This is her
Yeah.
frozen in air. How do they do that? What?
Imagining ping pong.
Really? That's what you're imagining?
Well, that's
It is a beautiful picture, and that's what you're imagining. God, I hate every one of you.
Oh my God.
Game.
Ready, fire.
Game, you moron. Special my ass.
So anyhow, dude.
It's uncanny. Only the best ballerinas.
Nah, the short one. Oh. So the two of them are meeting in front of the mariachi band, and Bert is kind of sashaying over, and you can watch all this. We have it live on streaming video. He has taken her hand, and now they begin the traditional dance. Oh,
I'm gonna cry.
I know.
And Bert's dancing. He's wearing his scrubs.
Yes, he's wearing red scrubs today. Wow, Bert has some nice moves.
A beautiful song.
So dancing a waltz. And Bert, from time to time, will go. Oh, the hips are getting in now. It's turning into salsa. They've gone double time as they move back and forth. Bert is now down on his knees, holding his hand out, allowing Kathy to turn and move and use her dress. Living in the moment of this transformation from girl to... And now Bert is taking his shirt off. He's unbuttoning his shirt. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, there it is.
And there it is.
The shirt is The Godfather shirt has come off. He has slammed it on the ground.
And now he's moving it to wrap his shirt around her neck and pull her in, Magic Mike style, as he is now grinding on this young woman, blossoming into womanhood. And he is now backing his Heidi up, and she's spanking him as well as he gyrates and pops his butt back and forth. This is unbelievable.
Knowing what Kathy thinks about sweaty shirts, this is. Oh my God, she's hugging it now.
She is. And he's taking kind of a matador type of stance, and they're back to the traditional waltz. Oh, this is wonderful.
I'd like to share my gun.
Yeah! Oh.
Come in.
Nick, he's allowing you to step in. Sharing a dance now. Nick is taking awkwardly Kathy's hand.
Gorgeous. Bird, you have some moves on you.
Steve is stepping in for a dance. Take a moment here. Oh, this is really precious. Very precious. Are we all going to... And Steve is doing a few dance moves. Here comes Casey. He's moving in. He's across the room.
Oh, boy.
And Bert has now tossed Kathy. Casey is doing the 8th grade lean-in slow dance.
With his head
On her
planted
bosom.
squarely on her chest.
Steve, I'm going in.
All right, Preston going over. By the way, we've all tasted Bert Kreischer's sweat off of Kathy. Preston, clearly the paternal figure for Kathy here. Dancing, lovely. Saying goodbye to the young lady. Soon to welcome the adult woman. Kathy gyrating. It's beautiful, Preston. Well done.
Oh, wonderful.
All right.
Wow. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Mariachi Flores.
Yes.
Look at that. That is beautiful dancing right there. Look at that.
Kathy's-
This should be a music video for Julio. What's the guy's name?
Iglesias.
That's good. Way to go, guys. We should be on a game show.
I kept.
Damn, that was good.
I was stepping on Kathy's quinceañera dress.
no.
It's
I
kind
know,
of impossible
I know.
not to. It's huge.
I know.
Apparently, I did better than you, Nick.
Okay.
That was awesome. Bert,
Guys.
you got some moves.
Yeah,
dude.
1,700 steps in that one.
On your Fitbit?
On my Fitbit, I'm up there.
Yeah.
State song is Pennsylvania.
What's our state? What's our state list?
The state list.
Our song should be the Pennsylvania polka.
Well, maybe it is. I want to hear I want to hear it.
Marissa, do you mind looking up Pennsylvania state song, see if you can find the audio? The title is Pennsylvania.
I mean, I know what the Philadelphia city song is.
Pennsylvania, mighty you are. Keystone States near and far. The lightning bug lights our way. Pennsylvania. O'er the mountains and o'er the sea. We have the mountains, but we don't have the sea.
They put that in.
We're only an hour away from it.
But we're only an hour's away.
45 minutes. If you
45 minutes. Yes,
And there would be a
gotta
theme song to
perfect.
go
Yeah,
with
yeah.
it, too. He's the president of the Make the World Better Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, Connor Barwin is here with us this morning. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Good to see all of you.
You too. It's been a little while since we've seen you, and you have you've kind of trimmed down a little bit. You look really good and everything.
Thank you. I think you all look like you've trimmed down a little bit and look good.
Well, thanks, man.
But I've lost probably too much weight. I've lost like 40 pounds since I stopped playing. I'm trying to cut it off because I'm getting too skinny. But yeah,
So what are you doing? More cardio, less weights?
Probably just eating a lot less than I used to.
That's
When I
it. It's the
played, I
key.
always had to work to keep the weight on. I was drinking 2 or 3 protein shakes a day. And then I don't work. I mean, used to work out 2 hours a day. Now it's like I ride my bike when I can.
Right.
And that's about it.
How much is it a problem for athletes when as soon as they retire because they don't adjust their eating habits that they just automatically put on a lot of pounds?
Well, in my experience, it either goes one of 2 ways.
Okay.
You see a lot of guys kind of in the same boat as me where they've always had to work to keep the weight on. And so as soon as they're done, it comes off pretty quickly. And then you see the opposite, guys that have to, have trouble keeping the weight down while they play. And then when they're done, they gain a bunch of weight.
Didn't you say, was it Harriman's who's dumped some weight?
Harriman's
as well?
is Harriman's.
There's a few people.
Also, Runyon is down quite a bit. Like it's
Yeah.
pretty crazy. But Harriman's was always a fit, trim offensive lineman. But I think he's gone pretty. I don't know if he's a full vegan or anything like that, but at least do you guys hang out? You and Todd?
Yeah.
Okay.
Todd's doing great.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You know, I see Todd every couple months, and he's lost some weight and looks good. You forget how humongous Todd Harriman is.
Yeah.
Like, he's like 6'7". He's lost weight, but he's a huge person.
Yeah.
It is wild though when you see, especially when you're at the, it's your body is your livelihood, and your sport is very demanding. To keep that weight on, there's a legendary bodybuilder, Ronnie Coleman, and there was a documentary about him when he's at the height of competing. The amount of calories he had to take in, mind you, it was all being combusted and used for the body. But Jesus Christ, it's like annoying to have to eat that much.
Yeah, I hated it during my career. I had to eat so much and really started to not like eating. So it's been really nice to
enjoy it. To enjoy it again.
You know who's loving eating apparently is Leonard Fournette. He's running back for the Buccaneers, and I just read that he's like 260 pounds right now, and the coaches are not happy about that. But I don't know if. Listen, like Steve was saying, your body is your temple. That is your office, right?
Yeah.
And you have to clean your office and make sure everything's But there are also people that are judging you, the front office and your trainers and the staff and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, and
that story makes me think of there are definitely though freaks in the NFL.
Yeah.
For instance, a familiar name in Philly is Jason Peters.
Yeah.
And I played with him for a number of years. He used to come into camp and he would drop like 30 or 40 pounds
during camp
in a couple weeks.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he would be, the best offensive lineman in the league. But it was, some guys in the league can do this kind of thing where they can drop weight very quickly.
Right.
Or they can gain. And, I used to be able to gain 10 or 15 pounds in a week or two.
Connor's the best thing is when people like that eventually hit that point when they can't, we all laugh at them. Because it's like, ah!
Yeah, that's I don't know what Jason Peters looks like right now, but he used to be able to lose it when he had to play football.
Right.
I remember meeting him at a golf outing a few years back. I was like, oh my, of course, yeah, you're a behemoth.
You must be a chess player.
I also, for the first time, met Brian Dawkins back in November, and it was interesting because that guy. So you were talking, like one of two ways, and I think that when you're a professional athlete, some guys are in shape because they have to be, and then other guys are in shape because they want to be. And he was the type of guy who wanted to be in shape. And he's bigger today, not in a fat way, but in a muscular way. And he's like, no, I couldn't play at this weight. He's like, for what he needed to do and for what he wanted to accomplish and be as fast as he was off to the ball, he couldn't weigh what he weighs now, right?
Yeah, you're right. There's the third way I didn't talk about, and there's the guys that just get bigger and stronger. And Dawkins looks like he could still play and be a linebacker. It's kind of amazing.
It pisses you off. People naturally inclined to that. So.
Well, it pisses me off. Listen, there are some people are just built differently, and some people I go to the gym. Because I have to, not because I want to. I've gotten
your body's your temple.
Well, no. Listen, I've gotten to a point where I don't curse pulling into the gym parking lot anymore. Before I would avoid it or I would curse. I'm like, man, I don't want to be here. But there are just people out there who just have to. They, because that's what they want to do. And I was really never that person. Were you ever that person?
Well, I am still kind of like that. I need, for me, it's riding my bicycle. Like I usually ride to work, and I need some type of exercise to just get me going. It's like natural caffeine, and then I'm usually good for the rest.
Want to do a 65-mile ride on Sunday?
I don't do that. That's a little too far.
Triple digits.
Make sure you stay hydrated.
Yeah. Did you ride your bike to work every day when you were with the Birds? It was most days, right?
Yeah, most days. Not in the winter, but usually in the off season every day.
And cool. How often did you take the subway?
Every once in a while. Speaking of the subway, I used to love, this is a weird take, but I used to love taking the bus instead of the subway.
Okay.
Because, both of them I like because it's literally somebody driving you to work.
Right, yeah.
That's how I used to view it. Mm-hmm. But the bus.
Once through the park.
The bus, your phone worked the whole time. On the subway, your Wi-Fi might get jammed up, and it's gotten better. But on the bus, you never had to worry about it. So you could 25-minute ride, check your emails, whatever. And
I thought you were going to say you like to pull the cord to tell them when to stop. But that's a city bus.
I did kind of like to pull the cord thing. Yeah.
Ding ding. Yeah. Well, listen, we're here to talk about multiple things, but I definitely want to make sure that we get on the fact that the Make the World Better Foundation has the benefit concert, and it's this weekend, right?
Yeah, Saturday at the Dell, and Japanese Breakfast is headlining the show. Who she is an absolute rock star right now, so can't wait.
Yeah, you have a really you have a cool sense of music, Connor. I've seen what you get into and stuff like that. And you listen to all kinds of like indie bands and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, it's mostly indie bands, and it all I grew up in Detroit listening to like Eminem and hip hop, and it all started when my NFL career started in Houston. So, you actually have a lot of free time when you play in the NFL, believe it or not, especially compared to college. And so there was this small room, kind of similar size to Union Transfer, and I used to just go see shows there. It was called Fitzgerald's, and that's where I got introduced to kind of all these indie bands, and I've been listening to them and going to shows ever since, and that's kind of where my taste in music comes from.
I'm going to play a little bit of Japanese Breakfast. So, and by the way, the concert is, where's it going to be on Saturday?
At the Dell, which is in East Fairmount Park. It's an amazing venue in Philadelphia.
All right, here's a little bit of Japanese Breakfast. I'll give you a flavor if you're not familiar.
Like if it's sort of like a Man type of a vibe, outdoor venue, just on the other side of the river, essentially from the Man.
Yeah, exactly. The history is it was the Man before the Man was built, and it's a city-owned venue. All of our concerts go to Philadelphia Parks and Recs facility. This one will benefit Vare Rec Center in Southwest Philly, but the city, rebuilt it kind of 10, 15 years ago, and it's a 5,000 cap outdoor venue that's
awesome.
Overlooking, the Schuylkill River and the woods. It's absolutely beautiful.
It's a cool vibe. I mean, and it feels like kind of like the Man when you're walking around there, and the bars are sort of at the top, and you get a nice night in Philadelphia. It's a great place to go see a show.
It's gonna be hot, but it's gonna be a nice night. And if you're coming, there's free parking. Which when can you go to a show and not pay for parking?
That's a big thing. Listen, you've got a whole bunch of things working in your favor, not the least of which is the free parking. But like shows like this are, for people who were like you, who just kind of want to sample what's out there. It's like a good Whitman sampler of curated music, and it's kind of become the thing now. I mean, the event is the event. Obviously, the charity and what you're doing with it, and explain to people what the modus operandi is of the organization, because I think it's such a wonderful one.
Yeah, so quickly, MTWB was started with the belief that, every kid deserves a safe place to play, and there's all kinds of parks in the city that, are kind of not up to those standards.
Right.
So we go in and work and partner directly with the community and work with them to kind of reimagine what they want that space to look like for everyone in the neighborhood, and then we actually rebuild it. And it's a multi-year process that takes time. This concert will benefit Vare in Grace Ferry, which we've been there a couple of years, but construction has started and it'll be done next fall. It's a $20 million project.
We've seen before and afters of what you have been able to pull off with your endeavors. It's amazing. There's something so sad about a park that's in disarray, and it just shouldn't, but you're right, that it all begins in, at least for kids, to have a place where they can go and be safe, we hope, and have a good experience, and social skills and all that stuff. It all forms down at the park.
100%. And we do it for kids and older people and everybody. Try to make it accessible for everybody. And I grew up at the park. Like, I used to wake up and run to the frickin' park. And just be there all day. And that's what kids want to do. And so they should have a safe place to go.
Yeah, and if you build it, they will come. I mean, it's the reality of it all. Is if you put something there, then people are going to use it, right? I mean, look at what happened in our parking lot, right? So in our parking lot, they built a basketball court, right? For I don't know if it was for the people that work in this building or whatever, but people are using it.
The amount of successful drug deals that go down is astonishing.
No.
And they didn't have a place to go sell meth before.
No.
No.
We're going to need Connor to make that a better place. sometime down the
you
road.
need to work on our park. No, they put in.
Well, they should have talked to you, Casey, before they did it. That's the point here.
Exactly.
We don't just build the basketball court without talking to anybody.
By the way, at the event, besides Japanese breakfast, there's a couple other acts on the bill as well, right?
Yeah, Kate LeBon's going to start, and then Yola Tango, who's been around forever in the indie scene. So very excited.
Speaking about kids having a place to go, how's your family? You've got two, right?
Good, yeah.
What are the ages?
Two angels. I got a 1-year-old daughter named Vera, and my son is 4-year-old named Wes, and they are doing awesome. And my son just started camp this week. And
Wow.
I picked him up yesterday and kind of didn't know what was going to happen, and he had a great time.
How long was the camp?
It's just a day camp for 2 weeks.
All right, cool.
So I never grew up going to camp like this. I didn't know what to expect. And he started yesterday and had a great time.
How exhausted was he when he got home?
Pretty tired. Pretty tired.
It's the best part of camp.
Yeah, exactly.
Now go to sleep.
Well, speaking of camp, training camp starts soon. What is your role with the Eagles?
Well, I'm the director of player development now. It's my 3rd year. So I retired, I guess, 4 years ago, and then kind of started helping right away, and then been fully on staff for 3 years now. This will be the 4th season. So I'm working with all our guys to try to make sure they keep learning how to get better. Even at, as professionals, there's something to be said for always learning how to get better, and that's really, my role.
Is that fulfilling for you? Is that yeah? It's got to be, right?
Absolutely love it. I feel like the luckiest person.
Yeah. You seem like a connected guy, altruistic. You have a good vibe about you. Obviously, again, you're not coming from a place where this guy from I don't know where the hell he come. You're here. You've known. You've lived in the realm, so that I assume they respond quicker to you than they might an outsider.
Well, I think one, I have credibility because I played for a long time, and then I do help. It's a unique place to play football here, and so I've lived here and been in the city for a long time, and I know the fans well, so I try to help guys understand where they're playing and who they're playing for. But yeah, it's great to work with these guys and try to help them have good careers.
That's awesome. Are you sort of like a guidance counselor would be at school? I mean, like you have one-on-one meetings with them, or is it, you sit down with 4 or 5 of them at a time, or the whole group?
Oh, I definitely more targeted one-on-one. I mean, there is some times where I talk to groups of them, but there is some mentoring that takes place, but then there's some more kind of broad management stuff that takes place as well.
Okay. Connor, did you see a Hustle, the Adam Sandler movie?
I did.
I thought that they described Philly fans really well. They talked about how, like, in a kind and loving way, how awful they can be, and that they're harsh. They take the sports seriously, but that makes them, in part, the best fans in the world.
Yeah, I would totally say they are the best fans in the world, and I think it's because of how hard they are. Like, that's what you want. If you're really a competitor, that's what you want. You guys are on the radio. You want people that criticize and hold you to the highest standard if you want to be the best. I think that's what you get in Philly. And speaking of Hustle, if you see that movie, the playground that they play at is one that MTWB did. Smith Playground in South
with
Philly.
Dr. J?
Yeah, that's it. We did that playground in 2017. We opened
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
And they didn't put you in the movie, even though it was your playground?
No, they didn't. But also, Federal Donuts, got to give them a shout out because obviously everybody's seen the sweater he's wearing, and Federal Donuts is awesome, and they're sponsoring our concert Saturday with Japanese breakfast. So shout out to Federal Donuts.
Wow. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know. And you know what? And I remember looking at that park in particular. Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of everything looked new. It was like like blue. I just remember
that's
seeing
it. The courts are blue and red, and it's not even that new. I mean, we did it 5 years ago.
Well, it looks it's lasting.
Well, it's because we asked people what they wanted, and now they take care of it and use it.
Exactly. Not like here in the parking lot, but they're trying. They're trying to fix that one.
I didn't realize that was. Oh, there's Tobias Harris. We're watching and that was that was really, really cool watching that movie, seeing all. I mean, not just the Philadelphia 76ers, but like all the local. Like you saw Pat Croce and Anthony Gargano and like all these people that
Jay Wright,
Jay Wright, all these people from Philly. You're like, oh my God.
And I think Sandler's line was like, "You're going to love Philadelphia, the greatest sports fan in the world. Actually, they're the worst, which makes them great." Something like that. I'm like, yeah, okay. I think you just summed it all up right there.
That's it. Exactly.
So, how about getting tickets for this event, Connor? What's the best way to do it?
You can go to our website, mtwb.org, but the easiest way is just search Japanese breakfast. And they're on Ticketmaster. I think it's 5,000 cap. I think we've sold about 4,500 tickets, so there's some left. So get them this weekend.
You get up on stage and talk a little bit or do anything like that?
I very briefly, I'll get up and talk before Japanese breakfast goes, just to kind of because half the people there won't even know this is a benefit concert. They're just fans of Japanese breakfast, or maybe more than half. So we at least try to tell them, how special it is that they're supporting this show. But other than that, we make it run like a normal concert.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Anybody ever asked you to be a part of musically of the show? Any of those bands ever said, "Come on, get up and shake a tambourine or sing"? Or
Yeah,
something
they
like that?
have, and I've tried forever to do it, and I'm just not good at it. But there will be a couple special guests with Japanese breakfast. You could probably think about it and figure it out, but it's going to be pretty cool.
Awesome. Excellent. Well, listen, thanks for stopping by, man. You're still doing wonderful things, and we greatly appreciate it here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, the Make the World Better Foundation benefit concert is going on 7 o'clock Saturday, Dell Music Center. And like Connor was saying, you can go to mtwb.org, get the info there, or go to PrestonandSteve.com. We'll have the information posted as well. Congratulations. Thanks for coming by, man.
Thank you, guys.
Connor Barwin. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve.
All 93.3
Wasting time. It's like I'm going to. I can't say that.
Are you sure that's the song?
I think it's close.
If not, it's in the ballpark.
Ballparks, we have them. Come
Yes.
here and see.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball for her, baseball for me. Concert venues, we got a few of those. Our women like to wear pantyhose. Pennsylvania, or the land and or the sea. We have the land, but we don't have the sea.
Oh, man. That's a good song.
It's a work in progress.
I had heard yesterday that Chester was like the 5th largest city in the state of
Chester,
Pennsylvania.
the 5th largest city in Pennsylvania. Look at it from afar.
Well, wait a minute. So
You go Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Harrisburg.
Take a drive through Chester, but drive real fast. Make sure you don't run out of gas. Your car will be stripped and you'll be set on fire. Listen to the sound of the burning tires.
Good Lord.
Pennsylvania, o'er the land and o'er the sea. We've got the land and we don't have the sea.
Really,
Pennsylvania.
it writes itself.
It really does.
Speaking of Jackson, you know what he's been doing a lot? He's been playing bread a lot lately. I kid you not. He's had an obsession with bread lately.
Yeah, if you wanted to get laid in the in the 70s.
What's that, Casey?
If a picture paints 1,000 words.
Do you mean the band or
No, just bread.
just bread? That's what I thought.
Sorry, I showed up for bread. It's a concert.
God, I love bread.
I do. You know what? I really want to try. I want to deep fry. I want to bread hamburgers and meatballs and deep fry them.
Here we go.
That's like bread.
Wait, what?
Deep fry cheeseburger. So
Oh
you
my-
just
Casey.
They've done it.
I know. That's why I want to do it. I'm not saying I invented it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Sometimes you have these inventions.
You're sorry?
Sounds like you just woke up out of a coma.
Give me a bread song.
If a picture
what's the name of that?
paints 1,000 Baby, I'ma want you.
Baby, I'ma want you is one.
Baby, I'ma need you.
But I don't know what the name of that picture. If a picture paints 1,000 words, then why can't I paint you?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
another bread song.
I don't know the title of that. Do you know?
If a picture
I don't know.
can paint 1,000
Words.
dot dot dot. Why can't I dot dot dot?
Paint you.
You know what
Greg.
bread song I like is the theme to Sunbeam Bread. Do you guys remember that one? I like bread and butter. I like toast and jam. I like the taste of Sunbeam bread. It's my favorite brand. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know that part of it.
I don't remember that.
No?
But it's I like bread and butter. I like toast and jam.
It's a riff on a song.
What's that?
It's a riff on a pre-existing song.
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. Or the other way around. I don't know.
I'll tell you what was a revelation as far as the instant messaging, the ability of the upgraded program to anticipate where you're going in a sentence and its ability to learn the way you converse is pretty amazing.
Have you ever now my son did this one time, and it's kind of funny. Go on the texts if you're going to send one to somebody, and then you start with, so the is the first available one, and you just start adding you just add whatever is next, and you get this insanely long sentence. So I have like the fact that you are so
cute
Oh, you better send that to Matt.
and fun to play with me and you can get it right away with my friends and family members to be able to that's T-O-O-O. Hold on, I went T-O.
No, you corrected it.
Be able to get the chance to win a free agent or kick. Which
kick.
Free kick from my house and the rest of the year before the end of the day.
Okay, that's.
Should I just end it there?
End it there and send it.
Let me read it to you.
What will he send
Send it to
back?
Matt O'Donnell.
Yes.
Yes.
The fact that you were so cute and fun to play with me, and you can get it right away with my friends and family members to be able to get the chance to win a free kick from my house and the rest of the year before the end of the day.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
Send
send
it to
it.
Matt.
Okay. I'm sending it to Matt because that's the text that I had open.
wanna do one.
Because he had already sent one back to me and said I said, hey, call the hotline. We want to hear your Vernon impression. He said I can try and get him on the line. How about that? And then I said, the fact that you were so cute and fun to play with. I got to see what his response is. Because he and I send BS stuff back and forth anyway. So, but you can go through and have these bizarre, lengthy sentences from just whatever the iPhone will offer up to you.
People are doing it to us now on our text board.
What's that?
People are doing it to us now on our text board.
Okay, so here we go. I am not a fan, and I don't have to go out to be the same time as well be in a while. And then I was a good one for you to know that the government, too. Matt has called in.
Oh,
Matt O'Donnell. Hey, Matt.
Hey, guys.
How you doing, buddy?
Great. How are you?
Good. Hey, did you get that message I just sent you?
I got two, and I don't know if the second one was for me.
It was.
I was using, you know how on your text messaging, sometimes random words that it anticipates you will use come up, and I just did a string of those all together, and that's what I ended up with, so I sent that to you. So I wrote the fact that you were so cute and fun to play with me. Now, that part I meant.
Yeah, that's true. Anyone knows
But the
that.
rest of it was gibberish. Kathy, you had a shout out you wanted to do.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I just wanted to say hi, but whatever. I want to say hi to Chicken Bob at Citizens.
Chicken Bob. Chicken Bob.
Chick and Bob at Citizens Bank Park.
I thought you said Chicken Bob.
The world doesn't understand me.
Two separate guys. Two guys, Chick and Bob. They worked at Citizens Bank Park in the suite that we were in last night. I went to the Phillies. I went to the Phillies game and met them, and I told them they could have their own radio show.
Yeah,
Chick and Bob.
Chicken Bob.
Chicken Bob.
I thought it was like one of the lesser characters from Roots.
I thought it was
Chicken
like
George,
that
was Chicken George.
Bob, just Chicken Zach and Chicken Lulin.
I thought it was like the pistachio girl.
Yeah.
You know, like Chicken Bob, pistachio girl.
You want nuggets? You tell him Chicken Bob. He's the guy.
This is why I wanted to say hi to them, because I knew you'd do this.
Chicken Bob.
No, they.
Chicken
Bob! Nick, they ran the suite that we were in last night.
Oh, sweet, huh?
So, yeah, it was.
Oh, privilege.
And
Not everyone can talk to Chicken Bob.
That's exactly what everyone said when I tweeted out the picture from the suite. Not everybody goes to the Phillies games and sits in a suite. Privileged.
Chick and Bob.
Chick and Bob.
Next
Yeah.
time say Bob
Privilege.
and Chick.
Not everyone can know two people.
Ladies and gentlemen from 6 ABC, Mr. David Murphy is here.
Oh, that's the last bit of applause I'm going to get today. Thank you, today. I was in like something called Holy Moses with Dudley Moore.
Dude, wait a minute.
love
That's
that.
one of Steve and I's favorite movies.
No way.
I swear to God.
Absolutely.
Do you remember the scene on the bus in the beginning?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a
Lorraine Newman.
There's a kid with big hair who stands up with a tree and says, "I'm planting this tree." That was me.
All right.
In honor of my mother and father. Dude, I totally remember that.
Jesus Christ.
And wait, his name was Edgar.
I don't remember that. You remember more about this than me.
Because Dudley Moore goes, no way, Edgar. I remember that movie back and forth. That was you. I cannot believe that.
Preston, that's
It very much has
Richard Pryor was in it. John Ritter.
It has a Mel Brooks type of feel
Very
to
much
it.
so.
James
Coco.
David.
And the guy who directed it was the guy who did those little short movies on Saturday Night Live with the Play-Doh guy.
Mr.
something.
Bill.
Yeah,
Oh, Mr. Bill.
I'm pretty sure that's where that guy's claim to fame was.
Steve and I referenced the scene with Dom DeLuise and Dudley Moore. They're both wandering the desert and they bump into each other and they have this awkward. They haven't seen each other in a long time. So how you doing? Nothing's been going on. We love that movie.
Or the scene with Richard Pryor where he goes, the man was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Right?
He split the Red Sea in half.
This is it's an out-of-body experience for me because that was how many years ago? And you were the first two people who have ever said anything
I have it.
about
I have
this
a
movie.
copy of it. Either a DVD or Blu-ray. And see if you can dig up that scene. It's Holy Moses, Dudley Moore, and Lorraine Newman.
Yes, Lorraine Newman from Saturday Night Live.
She was the female lead in that.
I have to say, I was not particularly good in that scene.
You were pretty damn good. I remember that scene. What else?
I interviewed for a lot of different stuff, but loving couples.
Oh my God!
Oh no!
Wait, where is he? We found it.
That's you? Look at the hair. Yeah, that's me.
Oh my God! And Marissa has the audio. Here we go. All right, you ready?
I'm Arthur Burns from Miami Beach, Florida, and I've come to plant this fig tree in honor of my grandmother and grandfather.
Now there is a fine young man.
Arthur, not Edgar.
Arthur,
I was close.
Nice.
So in the credits, you'll see Guy with Tree.
Guy with
It'll
Tree.
say me.
Wow, David, I'm blown away.
Yeah, I'm blown away that
Can
you
I
guys
get your
know
autograph? Junior.
Junior. What are you saying?
God, you know what
I'm
hate?
saying Junior.
You know.
Okay.
Do you know what I can't stand about Sean Connery in
His
some
eat
movies?
talking.
Is when he eats.
Yeah, it was on last night. Did you see it?
No.
So he's sitting over a Hunt for Red October.
Yeah.
Sitting at the table.
I'll give our chances 1 and 3.
Yeah. By the way, this is good tapas. These hot pockets are very good. Russian hot pockets.
Yeah.
Hot pockets.
Yeah. Hot pockets.
When you want big meal without big deal, what do you do? Hot pockets. Yes, good. I burn the roof of my mouth. That's why I say Junior. Hurts to say Junior.
Do you have a flap of skin?
Yeah, it's hanging down like a flesh carpet.
Oh. Angelina Jolie is taking on a new role as a visiting professor at the prestigious London School of Economics.
That's where Mick Jagger went.
The actress and he was a student there?
Yeah, before he was in the Rolling Stones.
I don't like this. This is boring.
He wasn't a very good student.
Why is I enroll in this? I want to sing with Lisa Fisher.
I see, Mick sitting there with his hand raised, and teacher calls upon him.
Can I have the bathroom pass? Thought you had the answer, Mr. Jagger. I have to go pee-pee.
It's boring.
This is boring.
Lisa Thomas Laurie from 6ABC has retired. She's been there since 1978.
Casey, did you watch the 12 o'clock noon news on 6ABC, like especially during the summer and stuff?
No, but in my house, it was always, we had a little black and white TV in the kitchen, and that was on when we would eat dinner.
Yeah.
And then, like, Tic-Tac-Toe would come on.
With the Wink Martindale.
Tic-Tac-Toe, yeah.
But they would have the...
Wait. That's the theme song?
Yes.
Wasn't it like that?
To the news?
Yeah, no. Yeah, it was Jim Gardner sitting on.
I'm sorry we couldn't afford a musical package to intro the show.
But it was awesome.
Keep doing that.
This just in, we're at war.
Where is it?
It's right here.
Hold on. You'll hear that part coming up.
know what they use?
Good luck in retirement, Lisa
What was
Thomas Laurie.
supposed to be a nice tribute to Lisa Thomas
This is a
Laurie.
nice tribute.
Well, she's going to get
Turned
a
into
21 salute.
Yeah, it turned into two grown men playing with their lips.
Well, listen, better that than women.
I want to talk about Lisa Thomas Laurie and her retirement, but I also want to see the stupidest sound that you can make with your mouth.
Oh my God!
All right, hang on a second. I gotta
say something nice about Lisa Thomas Laurie.
Lisa Thomas Laurie. She's like a second mother.
Okay.
To me.
That's pretty thorough.
All right.
That's big.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
It's pretty good, right?
You faked it.
Yeah.
You got Kathy.
I had to see his face. It's so stupid. I'm not laughing.
All right, I'll do it again.
For someone who's giving this an F, you seem to be enjoying.
I hope there was a camera on you at that.
Pretty good. There's so many stories we could talk about.
All right, can we?
Can all at the same time?
All at the same time?
All right. 2, 3, 4.
I don't have a noise.
Try to make a noise.
Don't worry if it's not good enough.
All right, hang on.
This is all your idea anyway.
Kathy, you know what? If we could all maybe do the tic-tac-toe theme song together, you could be the...
No. It's got to be with the face. She slaps herself in the face.
Can you do Chewbacca?
No.
Try Chewbacca.
Is there not one sound you could do that's kind of goofy or fun?
Try it.
I'm not really all that fun.
Do a Harry Callis impression.
I can't do Chewbacca. Give me something else.
How about R2D2?
Yeah.
I don't. What is that?
He whistles.
He whistles. I can whistle. How about I whistle?
Okay, let's hear you whistle.
Do it.
Oh no, I want to do it with everybody.
All right.
2, 3, 4. That's
beautiful.
Thank you very much.
That'll be for
Lisa
sale
Thomas
on
Laurie, we love you.
the Rock Shop.
Hey, I want to go back to this thing that Mike Jarek brought up when we were on Fox. It was a list. It's from thrillist.com. And they made a list of the most angry American cities and ranked them. And it's clickbait type stuff, you know. I mean,
what they did is they.
I had one of the greatest weekends this weekend.
Did you hop in your Learjet and like Kylie
I took
Jenner?
like a 15-minute flight. Yeah. No, but my weekend started off as strong as it possibly could.
Wow.
I had a series of great things happen.
That's pretty awesome.
I just want to I want to be able to remember that every now and then things do go wonderfully
Is
well.
this inspirational?
Probably not.
Oh.
No, but I had my best friend came in town.
Okay.
Okay, so that's great. He and his
Right.
wife came in. I met up with him on Friday. I left here for work, and then we met up and we played golf at Cape May National Golf Club. I shot the greatest round of golf of my life. Thank you. Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Ever?
I shot my lowest score. Yeah. I shot a 74.
Wow.
And I have shot a 74 before, but I shot it on a par 70 course. This is a par 71, so this is technically a stroke better. So I shot a 74. My best friend's in town. I play golf with him, and that I did it with him was very, very special. So I shot a 74. The next morning, I woke up, actually had sex.
What?
With
your best friend?
With my best friend. He watched me and my wife have
Listen,
sex.
before this,
Oh.
I didn't even think about this, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. And then
I want to keep this golf thing going.
And then I played a gig with 5 Times Famous at Mud Hen.
Wow.
So I got to play in a rock show.
Wow.
And then that night we had dinner and drank and had an awesome time, and then went to the beach on Sunday, and it was just like one of those
glorious
one thing after another.
Well,
It was
you're
just like-
owed that every now and
It
then.
was going wonderfully. So
it's awesome.
Oh, it was just
But
magic.
the table was set with your golf game on Friday.
On Friday.
Was that the absolute highlight, though? But even besides the sex, because that's just one hole in one.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, just one. Might have been another one. I'm not sure.
Well, there you go.
But anyway,
Then you birdied.
but yes, the golf, that was a big deal.
It was a big deal. Like one of the last 74-hour shot was like 4 years ago or something like that. So
That's
to do
pretty
that again, I was
amazing.
pretty damn stoked and very, very happy about it. So
I
hope
helped
you had
some,
I hope you had a wonderful
I
weekend.
helped some orphans learn English from another country, but that wasn't as cool.
Please. Please. Well, there are people out there helping people out, and that's what our next guest is here to talk about. And he has the Kelly's Kids Christmas in July event. And it's
Love
coming
this.
up on the 30th. And it'll be at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. And it's a great event for a great cause, and he's a great guy. Please welcome our friend, Mr. Bob Kelly.
Oh,
How you
good morning,
doing?
everybody. How are you guys?
Nice to see you, Bob, via Zoom this morning. We're doing wonderful. Did you have a great weekend, sir?
I just heard your shenanigans over the weekend. I don't know if I can top all that, but I went out to Memories in Margate with the Geeter.
Nice.
And stumbled in at about 4 a.m.
Oh,
and so that was Saturday night into Sunday morning.
And Sunday morning, did you have sex with Preston's wife?
No, but I did get a hole in one at the mini golf.
Oh, well, there you go. That's pretty good.
That's pretty much the same thing. Yeah. You and the Geeter hanging out. That's awesome. You and Jerry, buddies, you get together and hang with them from time to time?
Yeah, well, Jerry got me started in his crazy business.
Wow.
I want to say 35 some years ago, maybe, as a disc jockey. So we've stayed friends through all those years. He's a great guy, and I love jumping over there. He's playing the records, the 45s. He's got the whole crowd going, and it was his 50th anniversary for Memories in Margate. 50 years of Memories in Margate, and we took a big old cake over there and had some fun, but danced and had a couple drinky winkies, as he likes to say.
Drinky winkies. No, that's cool. Preston was talking about how you're down the shore a lot, and my wife and I enjoy your Kelly Drives show. It's on Thursdays, right? At 6:30. Right. So we were
Thursday night at 6:30, and I love it. It gives me a chance to drive around, and just that, it's at Kelly Drives. I drive around, check out all the happy hours, the new places to eat, new places to get drinks, a lot of stuff down the shore that you really wouldn't normally know about. And I stumble upon this stuff just like I show it on the air. I'm walking down the boardwalk, and somebody goes, "Bob Kelly!" Next thing you know, I'm in doing a cycle class.
Yeah.
Or you know what's coming up soon? The original Fudgy Wudgy guy on the beach.
Yeah.
Retiring after 50 years.
Jeez.
50 years. So that's something I just shot the other day. I found him on the beach, and bam, we hit go on the camera, and off we went.
Where did
So
he
that'll be
start, Bob? Which beach was his first haunt?
He was in North Wildwood, right here in North Wildwood. He said ice cream they had a big meeting to raise the price to 25 cents that when he first started. Right now it's $5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were able to keep that original price.
Wow.
No, that's it's cool. But anyway,
I wanna
we
see
sort of we record these shows because there's a lot of great tips and places to visit. So keep them coming. We're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Thanks, and that's what I love. When you're always thinking about where can we go, where can we take the kids, what's a new spot in any of the neighborhoods. I have them all up there on our website, and I share them on social media on Facebook as well. So thanks for watching, and thanks for going in. They're all small businesses.
Yeah,
I love that. I love helping out the small guys, because now more than ever, all these little businesses all need every help they can get to get back on their feet.
Absolutely.
Nice. Well, listen, Christmas in July. I already saw some people down the shore this weekend actually getting ready for their own little Christmas in July celebrations. But you've got on the 30th the event for the Kelly's Kids Christmas, the Hard Rock. And what all is it? First of all, what is the nonprofit? Tell us for those who aren't familiar.
Right. So Kelly's Kids, I started that with my son. He was treated at a local children's hospital when he was 8 months old. We had to rush him down to AI DuPont, and we were there for about 2 days. And, I don't know if anybody has kids, your world just comes to an end when your child's in the hospital. And I said a prayer in the chapel that if I could just bring them home, I promise that I would create something to give back with the microphone and the camera and the reach that I have. And out of that came Kelly's Kids. Turns out he was allergic to the formula at the time. So that was how that ended. All good. We changed the formula. He's good to go. He's 10 and a half, running around now. So thank God for that. But I started a charity, Kelly's Kids, to give back to the hospitals. When we were in the hospital, the kids got to sit still for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We can't keep our kids sitting still at home, let alone at a hospital. So we supply toys, distraction items. You'd be surprised at how many toys they'll go through in a day. from the kids that are down there at the hospital. And we're doing it by having these events. I started doing my happy hour events from home during COVID, and I've just kept it going. At the Seaport Pier on Friday nights in North Wildwood, we're doing Christmas in July. Bring a toy. Santa and Mrs. Claus is coming this Friday and next Friday. The Media Townhouse in Media, PA, Wednesday night happy hours, 5 to 9, along with that Dining Under the Stars. Bring a new unwrapped toy for the kids. And then the one I'm really excited about is going to be the Hard Rock Casino. I love those guys down there. And they gave me the opportunity to come out, and we're going to have a happy hour DJ in the lobby bar.
Cool.
With Frankie Valli. Frankie Valli's there on Saturday night, the 30th. And they gave me a couple of autographed guitars from some of the rock bands that have come through there, an autographed something or other from Frankie Valli. I know that. 4 tickets to see Frankie that night. And then they asked me if I would be able to introduce Frankie Valli that evening at the Hard Rock. So that's going to be pretty cool. I'm really excited about that.
That's awesome.
Wow.
And bring a toy. Bring a toy. And if you don't have a toy, you're going to be able to take a chance on all those autographed items that the Hard Rock has donated to the charity.
All right. What kind of toys? Anything in particular, or just whatever you can bring?
Not as long as it's new.
Okay.
A new unwrapped toy. They're not too big on the stuffed animals, believe it or not.
That's what I was going to ask about. Yeah, there's some toy drives that will prefer no stuffed animals, and
yeah, I guess you can see why. But
they prefer no stuffed animals.
Right.
No stuffed animals. However, listen, I'll take whatever you have.
Okay.
And the stuffed animals, they used to give to the outpatient kids. So maybe the kids are at home and they come in for cancer or chemo treatments, once or twice a week. They're taking that stuffed animal home with them. The stuffed animals can't stay in the hospital. But from G.I. Joes to cars, think of what a kid would want to play with to keep them busy. You know what the big thing is? Bubbles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bubbles?
Bubbles.
Yeah.
Keep the kids busy. And while they're doing bubbles is when they'll give them their needle or put the IV in, because it's a distraction item.
Okay.
What about things like video games or handheld video games or things of that nature? Is that all acceptable as well?
They do have different video gaming systems in there. The the Xbox,
right?
The PlayStation. So that's something. Yeah, if you have some games or you have a new system or an old system, those guys will check it out. They'll clean it up, and maybe they put that in the community room.
Cool.
Where all the kids can use that.
All right.
Nice. And besides that, Bob, what else you do? All kinds of appearances in Wildwood and North Wildwood. What do you got going on this summer?
Well, this summer I'm actually off this week, but I'll be at the Media Townhouse on Wednesday. I have my son Austin with me. We yesterday we did some golfing. We went out on a boat. Today we're going to go to Cape May and that rail park. I don't know if you guys seen this yet. It's an old abandoned railroad track, and they have these cars where you can sit in and you pedal it, and it goes from one end of the railroad track to the other.
That's pretty
it's
cool.
About an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do that today. Maybe go over to Diamond Beach later on tonight. But I like popping around, checking out all the new stuff. Nice. And we decided to just stay here at the shore for this week and just keep it local.
That's nice. Awesome.
All right, we'll make sure
real quick, some of the other drop-off spots. So maybe you can't make it to any of those places. Via Veneto Pizza in Norristown is a spot that'll accept toys. The Platinum House of Sweets, the bakery in Turnersville, Kenny's Florist in Media, the Wonder World of Toys in Marlton, and Nan and Pops in Wildwood. And guys, I know you're down here. This coming Saturday, Wildwood Crest is having a Christmas in July right along that Sunset Lake. And I'm going to be out there with Jameson right there by the yacht club out on the grass collecting toys. So bring the family by. It's a great event over there in the Crest.
Yeah, we'll come by for sure and drop something off for you, Bob.
And Santa is going to be there.
No, Santa! I know Santa! Nice. All right, well, listen, all the information, kellyskidsevents.org, and kids is spelled with a Z, by the way, so kellyskidsevents.org. We'll post about it here at PrestonandSteve.com as well. Oh, there he is. Yes.
Very exciting.
Excellent. All right, good luck with everything, Bob. Good to talk to you, man.
Guys, thank you so much for the opportunity. Hope to see you guys at the shore. Have a great rest of the summer.
Bob Kelly. Fox 29. line, and it's a cool thing. Yeah, there were you could see the Christmas decorations getting put in place.
So this is a big thing.
It's a big thing. It's a thing. Yeah, so.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
And do they ever mention Santa's wife's name?
Oh, do you mean Annabelle?
Annabelle.
Annabelle.
Where was I saw something about Annabelle this weekend. It was maybe
The murderous doll, or Santa's wife?
No, it was something completely different. And obviously, I thought of Bill immediately, but
Annabelle.
Yeah.
Annabelle.
Annabelle.
Santa's got to go.
I saw somebody asking, maybe it was on Twitter, I don't remember, but asking the origins of Santa's Gotta Go and I Need You to Stop Talking, which is one of our newest favorites. And I Need You to Stop Talking, that was the Gary Lauer one, right?
Gary
Yeah,
Lauer,
okay, yeah.
Gary, I need you to stop talking
And listen to
me. Yeah.
I need you to stop talking and listen to me.
Hey, speaking of toys, as Bob was a moment ago, 5 years after it filed for bankruptcy and a year and a half after it closed its last 2 physical stores, the Toys R Us is going to be making a comeback for the holiday season.
Is it? It's through Macy's?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So they announced that Macy's, that Toys R Us will open shops inside every Macy's store in the U.S. by mid-October.
So it'll be a department within Macy's.
Yep.
Yeah, I like this pairing though because I think Macy's has been hurting for years. So I'm wondering if this will, one, help Macy's, and then obviously 2, get to bring back Toys R Us, or at least a form of it.
Let me tell you something. When the concept of Toys R Us and KB came into existence, that was the mecca. You'd go and you'd be like, dear God, this is the greatest place on earth, like a super toy store.
Your parents could take you there just to let you play.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Yes.
to run around the toy store. Hey, look, now we're not getting anything.
Right.
But you can go and play a little bit.
I used to love going in, and I'd go in and I'd be shopping for me. But I go, my son asked for this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
What
It's
is
like the Star Trek thing where the beeps and you got that?
Wait, but President, you're not getting anything, but then you left with something.
Of course, yeah. In fact, you left with 5 things.
Yeah.
Even though you could only get one thing.
I remember taking Jace to Toys R Us when he was little, and same thing. I was like, we'll just get something little. I was looking for something for Christmas, and so I'm like, I'll get him something little to kind of distract him while I buy him the gift. And he found this stupid tiger that would sit, stand up, walk, tell you he loved you, things like that, and. The display was out, and Jace was so cute looking. He was petting it. And he was like, "Oh, I love him." We left. The freaking thing was like $200.
No.
I was like, I went I was like, I'll just get him something little, $5-10. I left with this dumb $200 tiger that he played with probably for a month.
So would you skip dinner for the next week?
Right, exactly.
Wow.
Jesus.
Has Toys R Us ever tried anything like this before with a thing like Macy's or whatever?
Not that I remember. Now, there was a...
No, because it was its own brand.
Yeah, it was its own store.
I know, but I just didn't know if they ever did a subset within Target.
Are
or
you
whatever.
thinking, did KB maybe do this?
I don't remember.
Okay, but because there used to be, by the way, in department stores like Sears, the Sears toy section was actually really good. In fact, that's where Santa would get a lot of my stuff.
And
for
I
Christmas.
mean, like Walmart's toy section is pretty sizable. So is Target's, but it's not an entire store.
Right.
Did you guys have Best growing up? We've talked about Best in the past.
Yes.
Yeah, and Best had a really good
we had
toy
Okays.
section. Okays.
Yeah.
And Best was better.
Actually, you know what? No, I didn't have Best.
Best had a toy catalog, which was phenomenal to go through.
So it wasn't even a real catalog.
No, it was a catalog with toys in it. And you would go through that catalog looking for the toys. But the store that I went to was in right off of Sweetsford Road in Devon, whatever. Anyway, they had, Steve, a really good toy section.
Wow.
And you would look forward to it.
Did you say as if the catalog was the toy?
Yeah.
I got a toy catalog.
That's boring.
What's in it? It's not real. It's just a toy.
We had the Sears catalog, and man, at the back of the catalog, they had real NFL football helmets, and I wanted I wanted one so bad. I wanted a real Eagles football helmet. They were $99. That was really expensive.
You're talking crazy money for. I'll tell you this though, is there an equivalent? even on like online or
Just circling the stuff.
Because I used to sit there, you just look at that picture and then
I mean, Amazon. You can go through like an Amazon and do a Amazon wish list, or
I know. Is it the same? It probably is.
Well,
my memories are just.
It's not the same. It's not. This was magical, Steve.
Staring holes into the page.
Yeah, I think the visceral sensation of having the catalog in your hands and taking a pen and circling the ad from Empire Strikes Back is that is like a memory that you'll have, and bookmarking something on Amazon doesn't quite have the lasting impression.
Right. And the photos that they use in the catalogs, they positioned them a certain way, or they had pictures of kids playing with them.
And the kids were orgiastic.
Yeah. It made it pretty special, I think.
Yeah. Oh man, what else was going to say?
So they're gonna open these up. They're gonna be in-store shops. They're gonna range in size from 1,000 square feet to 10,000 square
10,000 is pretty enormous.
Yeah. And they will feature a life-size Jeffrey giraffe sitting on a bench for families to take pictures.
Where are our Macy's around here?
Springfield Mall's got one.
Yeah, Springfield. Where else?
There was one.
Where's
at
the
Plymouth
biggest
Meeting Mall?
No.
That's gone, right?
Yeah, that's
they
gone.
put the Dick's there.
What about the King of Prussia Mall?
Where can I find Dick's?
They stuck Dick's where Macy's was.
I think King of Prussia is still there, Nick.
Yeah, I think so too. At the end of what used to be the court, and now they're all
Yeah. Oh,
really?
mixed
For a
in
while,
together.
they were looking to jam Dick's anywhere they could. But,
Right.
Remember the Metroplex?
Now they just find a slot they can shove it into.
I mean,
and
you
that's
need
it.
to be able to accommodate Dick's.
I got you. So anyhow, they're going to do this, and it will begin. They just announced. Okay, yeah, October. So
big for the Christmas rush.
Yeah, it'll be in time for that.
I would love to see that that part of the holiday experience return, where again it's not just removed to online shopping, where you can get in and to kind of viscerally see the packages or the box and hold it and go, oh my God.
It's still in King of Prussia Mall, by the way, Kath.
I want this $200 tiger, mommy.
Macy's is in King of Prussia, and then it's also in the Montgomery Mall, Preston.
And I think Willow Grove.
All right.
Speaking of toys, Hasbro is going to bring your face to an action figure. And it's with its newest partnership. It is using a new 3D printing material and workflow from 3D printer company Formlabs to create custom action figures at scale.
The last thing I would have wanted as a kid was to play with a toy that looked like me. I wanted to be like James Bond or some other I
don't know, man. I think I would have freaked out having
you'd play with the Preston doll?
Me in doll form. That'd be pretty badass. Why? Because then there's you kicking G.I. Joe's ass. Because that's what you did. You fought with him, you know?
Right.
Oh, I would have been all over that.
He's in the military.
No, I would be on G.I. Joe's side, right?
Oh, yeah.
I would be
protect
over his ass.
Protect me, then make love to me after the victory. Use that kung fu grip.
You can do whatever you want to. The project is called the Hasbro Selfie Series and makes it possible for fans to create collector-grade 6-inch action figures that look like themselves.
Look, this toy looks as goofy as you do.
To make a figure, you download the Hasbro Pulse app, scan your face, customize the action figure and hairstyle, and then you wait until the postman brings you the coolest thing you've ever seen, yourself, but tiny and in plastic.
You know what? So they made dolls of us a while ago, Preston. You remember that? Who made the action figures?
I have forgotten who that was. It was a long time ago.
Mine's on my shelf right now.
I still have my Preston Elliott action figure. It was really cool of them to do that.
Mine was very easy. You know what they did? They just took a bald G.I. Joe.
Oh.
That was it.
So your face can be added to characters from G.I. Joe, Ghostbusters, Power Rangers, and others.
Well, maybe. As a keepsake? Maybe I'll pick it up for my son.
The partnership is a culmination of an exploration that started back in 2014 when Hasbro started using Formlabs 3D printers to rapidly prototype action figures. And now the partnership is involved from prototyping to end product manufacturing, enabling fans to create personalized action figures based on classic to current characters seen across popular films, television series, and comics. Steve, you could do like you as Captain America, man.
But I know it's a lie.
Something like
I'm not
that.
Captain America. I could be Radio Man.
Be pretty cool.
Yeah, you know what, though? The 3D printer thing. Any of your kids have 3D printers?
Oh, my God. We tried, and I ended up having to return it like the day before the return period was over because apparently, at least the one that we bought, was not quite compatible with a Mac computer.
Right.
And we did everything that we possibly could. We had people over to help us, and it printed out the demo, and then after that, Jace couldn't print anything out. He learned 3D printers in school, and so that's where that came from. So we got one. We were going to let him, work on projects and all this kind of stuff, and it did not go well. We could not figure it out, and we ended up having to return it. And
they're becoming more usable, more. You don't have to be a nerd, like you said. The 3D printer labs in schools are becoming popular. So.
Do you guys remember our friend Maria, who did the styling for the Preston and Steve calendar?
Yeah, yes. Maria Aponte.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So she actually 3D prints jewelry.
Okay.
Oh.
She makes necklaces out of it, and they're really cool. They're like Philadelphia. She does like the love statue necklace, but it was really cool when I saw it. I'm like, that's a 3D printer. Wow, it looks really good.
What's the material that it's?
So it's like it's a spool of like something. I don't know. At least when we bought it, I don't know exactly what it is. It's sort of
It's usually like a monofilament, like a
is that what it is?
yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Like almost like it seems like a fishing wire almost consistency, but thicker.
A little bit thicker.
And so it melts it, and then the printer just keeps adding layers on, and it's an amazing thing.
But it's like, but the end result, it comes out like a plastic.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I wasn't sure if since you said jewelry, I didn't know if they were like metal things that they were able to do that.
She puts it on diamond setting.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And so, it looks like a polyurethane or something like that. Okay. That's pretty cool. Hang on a second. Eric wants to jump in here. Hey, Eric, good morning.
Hey, you guys rock.
Hi, Eric. What's up, buddy?
Eric! A while ago, you guys had a conversation about like Etsy and stuff and how they sell like off stuff. And I called up about the action figure custom guy on Facebook. Hasbro, this thing that they're doing with the 3D face printing and putting it on an act. It's nothing new. People have been doing it in their houses for like 5-10 years at this point.
Okay, with 3D printers?
With 3D printers.
Okay.
So
they're just gonna be able to mass produce it.
And I don't know if Hasbro's going to charge more or less than what these custom people are doing, but I would actually go to the custom people other than Hasbro because they've been doing it longer.
Okay. They probably need the money more. Yeah.
All right.
A lot of people on there, they do. It looks just like one guy has one. It's George Lucas as a stormtrooper.
Okay.
That's pretty wild. I think
Yeah.
that was what I was going to get Kathy for Christmas. So she would have laughed to go, oh my God,
it's George Lucas.
is a stormtrooper. That's so funny.
Thanks, Eric. I ordered something from Etsy not that long ago. It was a gift for somebody who I haven't given to them yet, so I can't say what it is on the radio.
What is it?
I'm not going to tell you. But really good quality. Really good quality stuff.
Absolutely. I've recently taken a deeper dive on Etsy. Yes.
Expensive, so you pay for the quality without question.
Well,
and getting something custom made because
they're not mass producing them.
No, that's the thing. They have to take this time to work on this one specific item, and these are hours out of someone's life that they have to do it. So that's why it's pricey.
I found a guy
so impressive.
I've always wanted the spaceship from the movie Forbidden Planet. The United Interplanetary Cruiser C-57D. It's I love this thing, and I'd get models, and they weren't quite, up to snuff. And then Preston, after years of searching online, I found a guy who makes them for you.
Okay.
For $6,000.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
I wonder how long it takes them to make, though. Like, it's
about 7-8 months, 9 months. So
it's worth it.
But,
you're paying for his time and his skill and his ability.
If it comes with a divorce lawyer, I could probably buy it. But yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm like, you got to be out of your goddamn mind. But I get that he's making the time. Taking the time to do it, but I mean, Jesus.
It's when you see prices like that. I remember it wasn't the first time, but I remember having sticker shock. I was buying Rochelle some jewelry, and I'm like, okay, what's the difference for this is the silver. What's the difference for the gold price? And it was like, they told me, I was like, I kept my composure.
We're going to stick to sterling silver.
No, she finds that a little gaudy. I'm just silver.
Connor has up the model kits that I bought over some of them, and they never come out looking exactly the way you want them to. You need somebody who knows what they're doing, and that would actually, Preston, when I said, you know what, I'm going to use an airbrush to paint this. And I instead opted to paint my forearm black and threw out the airbrush painter and the model, which I destroyed. So,
wow.
But for $6,000, I'll get exactly what I want.
Yes, I used to put together models when I was a kid.
Loved
all
them.
the
Now,
time.
hardly ever painted them. I put the decals on, but
painting them
was
a
beyond
pain.
me.
I had Blue Angels models and stuff like that. And it's interesting because I have a story about the Blue Angels here. Do you like that segue?
I love it. The
All
segue
right,
here.
So for the first time in its 76-year history, the Blue Angels aerial demonstration team will feature a female pilot.
Wow.
Flying one of the jets. So this is groundbreaking.
There's never been a female,
not a pilot,
in any of these performance groups.
I don't know about any of the other demo teams, but
Like the Pink
definitely
Ladies, I know they have. They're all women.
the Pink Ladies.
Yeah, their aerial team. Aviation.
Elevation.
Master. Yeah, I know. We always, if only.
No. So the Blue Angels have never done it. I want to say that they're the oldest demo team, but I'm not 100% sure.
When you went out with the Blue Angels,
Yes.
was it just you, or did you guys? Was
whole
there
family
another?
went.
No. Was there another jet that went up as well?
Family up. No, it was just us two in the aircraft.
Okay,
that was it.
Because when I went up with the Air National Guard, we went up with another jet, and so we were able to do like some maneuvers together, which was really cool.
So
I bet that was cool.
Top Gun Maverick, one of the pilots is a female, and so there are women in the
there
Top
are fighter
Gun.
pilots, but they just haven't been on the demo team. So since 1946, the Blue Angels have performed aerial displays at air shows. And her name is Lieutenant Amanda Lee. She was named on Monday as one of the Blue Angels' newest core members. Lee, who is from Mounds View, Minnesota, currently serves as a flight demonstration on a flight demo team known as Strike Fighter Squadron 106. They're also called the Gladiators. And that squadron is stationed at Naval Air Station Oceana, located in Virginia Beach, Virginia. So there you go, Steve. There's a demo team, and she was a pilot for them. No one's ever made it to quite what they, this is an elite.
Oh, it's awesome.
This is the
And
elite of the elite.
It's very cool. And they're just amazing pieces of hardware. Do you know, by the way, that Tom Cruise actually flies
jets and stuff.
Which is pretty wild. Do you remember, I think I might have mentioned her before, there was an actress in the 60s named Susan Oliver, and I believe that was her name, and she was a test pilot as well, and was basically like kind of a quasi-female Chuck Yeager.
Okay.
And that was kind of her side thing. I mean, it's pretty wild.
By the way, having been up there and flown in this, the controls are they're fairly basic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a stick and pedals, and that's it as far as maneuvering the
Right.
aircraft goes. And there's throttle and things
Right.
like that. Now, all the systems that go into it, it's very extensive, and you have to be extremely smart to run all that stuff. The actual controlling of that aircraft, I think most aircraft are fairly basic in that
Right.
sense, because you have pitch, yaw, and roll,
Right.
and then obviously speed to deal with, but they have a host of all these other things. But for him to say, all right, grab the stick, here's what you're going to do, it's like, okay, you just have a couple basic things you need to do, and you can fly
I said
this thing
stick.
all over the place, right?
I
Oh, I'm
can't
sorry.
reach.
I can't reach.
Casey, you mentioned the Thunderbirds, and Preston, I just looked this up, but there's a woman named Michelle Curran. She's a major in the Air Force. She spends so much time. She's the lead solo pilot, by the way, for the Thunderbirds.
Oh, wow.
She spends so much time flying upside down that the number 5 on her aircraft is also painted upside down, and the patch on her uniform is upside down as well.
That's cool.
amazing.
And
Wow.
but she's the lead solo pilot for the Thunderbirds.
So
I assume they have to do like a parallel parking and stuff like that, right, to qualify.
So then that's cool. I wonder if she is the first pilot for the Thunderbirds, or not first female pilot for the Thunderbirds, or not
For one of these
or,
performance teams.
or maybe they've been. Well, that's the elite on the for the Air Force.
I mean, first there was the Pink Ladies, and then there was,
and then the Blue Angels.
and then the Blue Angels.
Yeah. So she is expected. This is
And then the Georgia Peaches.
Racine Bells.
Amanda Lee is expected to report to the Blue Angels in the fall, and will train with the squadron throughout the winter. And her first event will likely be early next year. She had participated in 2019 in the first ever all-female flyover as part of the funeral service for retired Navy Captain Rosemary Rainier, who was one of the Navy's first female pilots and the first woman to command a naval aviation squadron. Lee said, when I come into the ready room right now, I'm a pilot first, a person second, and my gender really isn't an issue.
Right.
There are currently 17 officers serving with the Blue Angels. Each officer is typically on the team for 2 years. The current team already includes 3 women who serve in the roles of public affairs officer, flight surgeon, and events coordinator. But the announcement that was made this week is the first time that a female pilot will be part of the demo team.
How fast did you go when you were in there?
We did
80.
Yeah, about 80, 85, something like that. No, we just went, we did like Mach 1.2 or something like that.
He was just waiting. He was setting him up.
It was.
for Mach.
Yeah.
When did you
Come on. We went Mach.
Yeah. When did you pass out? What were you pulling?
It was a maneuver called a minimum radius turn.
Yeah.
And so essentially the aircraft turns sideways, and then you pull the stick up, which basically you're doing a sideways loop.
Right.
So at that point, when you turn your body in that direction, all the blood is going from your head to your toes.
Yeah.
It's headed that way. So we were pulling over 7 Gs.
That's
so
amazing.
I weighed 7 times what I weigh right now.
Were you wearing a G suit?
No.
Okay.
They don't wear them in the Blue Angels.
They were leisure suits.
Yeah.
They were leisure suits. The reason that the Blue Angels don't wear G suits, so a G suit, for those who don't know, they're these air bladders that are in the suit. And as you pull G's, it will put pressure on your legs
to
keep the blood from going that far down in your body and keep it up in the top here near your heart, near your brain. But the reason that they don't use those in the Blue Angels is because they fly as close as 36 inches apart.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy.
If the bladder were to fill up while their arm is rested on their leg, it could cause them to move the stick, and then you got catastrophe.
Yeah.
So they condition themselves to take these high G levels without wearing the G suit. Now, per the Thunderbirds, though, they pull way more Gs.
Yeah.
But they're not doing as precise. Now, they're doing insanely precise maneuvers, but not quite as close as the Blue Angels do. That's their kind of calling card. The Blue Angels, they fly that close together. But what they're doing...
didn't fly with the Thunderbirds. I flew with the Air National Guard.
With the Air National Guard.
Yeah.
But that was an F-16 as well, which is what they use.
We did pull 9 Gs.
That's
but-
insane.
Yeah.
You wearing a G suit?
I was wearing a G suit, and I'm also shorter, right? So
Right, that
that
helps.
actually works in my favor. I didn't pass out.
I'm fine.
But we do have the audio, Press, if you want to listen
Of me passing out?
Of the U7 Gs, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Nice job. There's 7.1 Gs. Straight up into the vertical.
By the way, that's me. There's a hitching breathing method you're supposed to do. So
You can hear it slowing.
Yeah.
7.1 G.
Yeah, exactly. I'm starting to give up. Yeah, I'll back that up again.
Nice job. There's 7.1 Gs.
Meanwhile, he's playing Sudoku or something like that.
He's eating a rib. He's eating a rib with one hand.
Just fine.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Sure you don't watch them?
Nice job. There's 7.1 Gs. Straight up into the vertical. 7.1 Gs. How'd that feel? Pretty hard.
Oh, wait, I didn't pass out.
you didn't go yet.
You didn't pass that yet?
No,
Okay.
that was a different one. Hang on.
It was kind of strange.
Put up the next one. The one right above it, Case.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing?
Yeah, it's the same one.
All right, 5 Gs. Yeah, that one I felt
Any
okay.
blacking out or anything? No. All right, the next maneuver is the graduation exercise.
All right, this is it. This is the minimum radius turn.
That's 7 Gs, about 20 seconds. Ready to give her a try. All right. Ready. Hit it. Get right to 7 Gs. There's 7. Nice job. How you doing? There's 7. How you doing? Oh, you're with me. You're with me, bud. You're with me.
No, I wasn't.
Actually, you're not.
I was not with him at all.
No, you're with me.
My chin went straight down to my chest.
What do you feel right before that? Like, did you know? Did you know that was it? That you were passing out?
No. I just knew I was getting tired.
You just probably blinked and then
and then
Yeah.
and then the next thing I
You hear
know,
him say, I'm just going to rest my eyes real quick.
yeah, I'm not falling asleep. I'm just resting my eyes. The next thing I remember was
you're on the tarmac naked.
No, the next thing I remember was seeing the ocean because I was looking.
Oh, really?
down. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was looking down. I see the oceans.
This was out over AC, right?
More towards Wildwood.
Okay.
And so I see the water, and I'm like, and I can't say anything yet. Because your systems have to come back on. So like you get your vision back.
Cat really knows how to play guitar.
And then you get your hearing, and then your you can speak or something along those lines. I mean, it wasn't scary or anything like that.
No,
but,
you had a top level pilot with you.
I puked after that. It definitely made me sick.
In the plane.
Yeah.
Oh.
In a bag.
They had bags.
Okay.
There for you.
Fendi bags.
No, like why? I don't. No, thank you.
No, Kath.
The overall experience made it worth it.
Yep.
It was worth it.
I
I
can't-
felt fine by the time we got back.
I can't feel like that.
Hang on.
How you feeling? I feel a little ill. Okay. Yeah. We're good. All right. We're done. Now we're going to smoke the beach line. How's that sound? Yeah, that sounds good. Was I out? Yeah, I think just a little bit. Oh, man. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
I was asleep.
You were passed out asleep.
Why don't we take a 5-minute?
But the hard part about that is because he held those G's for longer than the time we did before, and so we did over 7 G's, and you try to make this complete circle, and it's turning as tight as it can.
What kind of appreciation do you gain about these people are just superhuman?
It's crazy.
And like the guy was like perfect, right? The pilot was Tom.
Oh, super good looking. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Tall. Just a specimen.
Yeah.
But that's what I really liked
I'm
about
gonna make love to your wife right now in front of you.
the new Top Gun movie is that they don't. In the first movie, they don't touch on any of that stuff, but they're doing the hicking.
Yep.
Okay, they were doing that?
They're
Oh,
doing
yes.
all of that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
People are passing out because of the G's. Yeah.
Oh, he's not to give too much away, but he's showing them that you think you've got this, but you don't, and there's a very specific mission they need to be trained for. It's very well done.
Wow. Yeah, I still got to get out and see that for sure.
Oh my God, yeah. Honestly, talk about just raising the whole thing to a higher level. No pun intended. They really did it.
All right, well, let's get you to a different movie because I have the final pairs of passes to give away for Nope. Which we have the screening of tonight. It's in the UA King of Prussia IMAX, and I got 4 passes left, so we're going to take 17, 18, 19, and 20. We'll take those callers.
The great thing with Jordan Peele's films is that you, I know it seems weird and there's something going on, but I've stayed away from any indications. Not that there are a lot out there, but it looks really spooky and bizarre.
Excellent. So we'll take those callers, 215-263-WMMR, 7 o'clock tonight, UA King of Prussia. It will hit theaters. It'll only be in theaters and IMAX on July 22nd, and it is rated R, so let's get you there. We'll break and come back in a second with the Bizarre File, so stay put.
I think that we allow ourselves to get angry because of stupid ass lists like this.
You know what I'm doing? I'm looking through this list, and I'll explain this way. I'm looking at a lot of these. I've 11 cities on here, and I think that what we don't have in common with most of these cities is being kind of a trip destination.
Yes.
Philadelphia is not one that a lot of people think of. We should go to Philadelphia.
We've got the Delaware River and the Schuylkill.
And
the Delaware River.
The city that loves you back. It was the campaign
that loves you all over your back.
Yes.
And wiped it off.
That would work. The city that loves you all over your back.
Here's a towel.
Yeah, and here's a warm, wet towel.
And you guys just ruined it.
Just stay right here. We'll go get a towel.
Find another city that gives you a warm, wet towel.
Get your towel from another goddamn city. Right. We just love you all over your back. Now get out.
Yeah, I'm tired of you guys talking bad about the city. I'm out.
Ah, really?
See ya.
No, I think Philly's great. And actually, didn't Philly get voted like one of the top destinations to travel to in the world last year?
Yes, you know what? It did. There was another list that said Philadelphia's great.
Really? Philadelphia's great. I made a boom boom in my PJs.
I think we should come up with a T-shirt, right? It's a smiley face.
Right.
And the word Philadelphia is the smile, right? So then people associate the word Philadelphia with happiness. What do you think?
I like it. I usually hate your ideas.
You like this one?
Yeah, I kind of like it. I think we could do a T-shirt like that.
I like the city that loves you all over your back.
Well, that too.
That'll be written on the back.
You know what the deal is? The mental image that the outsider gets is, and I kid you not, rundown buildings and
Thanks, Rocky.
abandoned cars and stuff. You know what?
Yeah.
Steve, that's a big part of it.
Throwing fruit to you in the Italian district, right?
That's a big part of it. I mean, a lot.
Sleeping on a piss-stained mattress.
Hey, they
drinking
do that in every
6
city.
eggs for breakfast. Having
smacking meat around.
Toothless Mickey running down the stairs.
But Preston, you love touching meat, right? Probably started with Rocky. Right?
Yeah. Yes, it was my entree into self-pleasure. I didn't even realize that.
No?
I don't know.
Wait, what do you want me to do with this meat? No, Rock, I meant to hit it. Oh, sorry, I was pleasuring myself. All right, I'm going back on the button.
I don't like the Angry Town because it's a lot like this. Preston, and Steve and everybody, if you've ever been in a fight with your spouse and like you haven't quite lost your crap yet, and that person then tells you to relax, and you're like, oh, I'm not. Don't tell me to relax because I haven't even lost my stuff yet. You know what I mean? Like,
sort of.
You don't know? Like, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
What I think is that it's time for therapy.
You calling me angry? I'm not angry. Now I'm angry. You made me angry.
Is there something you want to tell us?
I just think it was kind of sad.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe
Well,
sad
that's what
and
I was
angry.
saying. Like, depressed kind of, for some reason, equals angry to me in my book. I don't know why.
All right, and then number one is Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Angriest city in America.
Yeah.
But it's another list. You know, whatever, man. You know,
F off.
Yeah. But I saw a few things. I know we did a junk drawer yesterday, but
Really?
I don't know if I should notice these things.
Yeah,
or...
notice them.
Okay, I will notice these.
Preston Elliott, the noticer.
I mean, it's really the same thing.
Shut up.
Kathy Romano needs to shut her pie hole.
I was just playing the Bill character.
Oh. Then I retract that. That was spot on, Kathy Romano.
You're not speaking the right way, though.
Oh, that's right.
Look.
You threw me off.
It's kind of the same thing, Preston.
There you go.
Just
More
call
like
it something
it.
different.
Kudos, Kathy Romano.
Dude, Bill saw Kathy in the kitchen yesterday, and I was down the hall, and he just greted her with the voice. It was,
He has no idea. He has no idea.
He did it to me. Now listen, he doesn't speak like that all the time.
No.
But I was so Mondays and Wednesdays we have a meeting, okay? And a lot of times I'm the first person in the conference room for the meeting because I eat my lunch in there. So I'll go downstairs, I'll get my lunch, I go to the conference room about 5 minutes early, and I'll sit down and eat. So I'm eating, and Bill was the first one to come in besides me.
And how does he come in?
Well, he throws his stuff on the table first of all, like this.
Yeah.
He goes, Preston Elliott. And I go, hey, Bill, how you doing? Because I don't want to let him know when he's doing it because I want him to keep doing it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. He gets mad at us for, so like I did it to him last week, and he's like, "What? Can't you just say hi normal?" So, but it's so hard to because you know that's how he's going to greet you. So it's hard to not.
I love
Bill,
Kathy,
hello?
he is. I'm trying to meter his reaction to the fact that now the privilege is a runaway.
It is.
The listeners do it. We were
do
out
it.
at Keenan's. We had an entire
that's
room
awesome.
doing it. People with fake Bill Weston faces on. It was great.
I saw him last night at the Rodney Byrd Leukemia and Lymphoma Society
Charity.
and he was like, I heard you were making fun of me this morning, because he didn't hear it, but we were sort of making fun of the way he laughs at meetings sometimes.
Yes.
When he slams his hands down.
Yeah.
And he wasn't aware that he does that, but it's not like he can even help it now that he is aware of it.
Well, the good thing is he has a very sick sense of humor, so he's right in line with what we're doing.
There's the other
his
delivery,
reaction
too, which is I appreciate that you are giving up a free day on your weekend to come out and promote a charity event.
Yep.
You know, that's the other.
And that's
Bill
sincere.
delivery.
It's all
And that's
sincere.
It is
Yeah.
sincere,
Yeah.
yes.
It's just the many voices of Bill Weston.
He's
Wild Bill.
Just he's the butt of jokes on 2 floors, by the way.
Because Bill is also the PD for WMGK.
And that's down on the third floor.
I was talking to Jen about it last night.
No.
Jen Posner,
But he's a great boss.
your symmetry with John DeBella is often very engaging.
It's awesome.
Well, no, but you know what? It's a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah.
While you're classic rock, MMR is technically more active rock.
I wonder who he's listening to now.
He's just switched over to
He's
the
just
Bella.
sent a resume over to OGL.
No, DeBella's to be done.
Is it done? What time is it?
it's a
Oh, it's
weekend.
9:30.
It's Kate Upton's birthday. She's 24 years old today.
I just saw a picture. I follow Whitney Cummings on Instagram, and she's besties with Kate Upton.
Who's Whitney Cummings?
The comedian.
Okay.
And she snapped a candid picture with Kate Upton. It looks pretty good without makeup.
Is she still dating the
yes.
Verlander on the Tigers? Yeah.
Still dating him.
They had a sex tape.
They did. Well, it was stills that were pirated off her phone.
I saw video.
Did you see a video?
Yeah.
Send that video.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see that video.
Sitting on a sex video with Kate Upton.
Yeah. I don't even know who you are anymore, man. Remember the days when you used to send us porn regularly?
Yes.
Get out.
What did we do?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I love you guys.
All right.
Preston, we said yes to him years ago, but we can still rescind it.
Yes, we can. All right, we'll give him a week or so to make
all
good.
right, you are on thin ice, mister.
Why'd you get fired?
This isn't a done deal yet.
There it is.
Oh, my God. Is that it?
Yeah, I sent it to you guys. There you go.
That can't be it. No.
How do we know? That's just a Heine
good
shot.
Lord, this is really graphic.
Okay, Kathy.
It's
not that graphic.
On a Friday.
It's not that graphic, though.
Yeah, I mean, they're at least a foot away from the
I know.
from the actual action there, Kathy. It can be more graphic than that. All right, take it off. Take it off. Thank you.
Casey's mad.
It's making Kathy horny.
I'm looking for visual cues.
There are none.
So I can make sure that it's her.
That's actually her.
I'd like to see something bounce.
You need to see you need to see a face, or they need to be holding the newspaper.
I'd like to see something bounce.
Kathy. This is really graphic.
Just close your eyes.
You know what? I have to point out now, Casey and Marissa just did this commercial for the Mirror Dry.
Yes.
Procedure.
Aesthetics, yeah.
And
dry pits.
Yes, and I can attest. On Saturday night, we went to a wedding reception. Casey said to me ahead of time, before dinner was even served, he goes, Press, I'm going to get sweaty tonight. I'm going to dance my ass off. I'm going to be a silly fool, and I'm going to have a good time. He just decided ahead of time he was going to have a good time. I took a picture of him in the height of dancing, throwing his arms up in the air. This is like right before we left, too.
Yeah.
Dry pits.
And that's why I normally don't like to dance at weddings because, first of all, I don't like being dressed up in a suit. Secondly, if I'm going to be dressed up nice in a suit, I don't like to sweat. And if I dance, I sweat.
It was Beth Gardner's birthday, but her wedding.
Which happened to coincide with her birthday.
Well, your birthday.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, it was, she used to be in our video department with Nick Murphy. And so we went, and I'm telling you, you want to have a good time. Go to a wedding with Casey.
I agree. I had more fun at the wedding because you were there.
Oh, there was a moment at the wedding where they announced that the ice cream bar was open.
Ooh, an ice cream bar.
By the way, Casey immediately, ooh.
Yeah.
He's just, he comes back with a bowl full of ice cream, and Casey, they were playing a Backstreet Boys song, and apparently Beth and her now husband Tim were huge Backstreet Boys fans, and the whole wedding party is out on it. Casey does not set down his ice cream bowl, which has M&Ms and brownies and all kinds of stuff in it. Casey takes that ice cream bowl out onto the dance floor.
That's right.
And he is dancing, and he is eating his ice cream in that Casey way.
There's a woman who's just part of the
I videoed this
group there who just comes up and starts. You were working your wiles on her.
Yeah.
And she came over. She just kind of was like magnetic. Casey was magnetic. She just worked her way over out of nowhere and started dancing with him. And then the next thing you know, Casey is feeding her ice cream from the spoon.
And she's like, first
while dancing.
The spoon goes out, and she's like, oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I put a peanut M&M on there as well. I don't just give away peanut M&Ms all willy-nilly, by the way.
That woman had some nice moves.
She did.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, some guy walked up a minute later, and he goes, that was my mom.
It was so hot when we first got there, and the cocktail reception was outside.
Yeah.
I went inside, and I just hung out in there where it was air conditioned. And slowly but surely, people started getting the idea, you're pretty smart here. Not only was I in the air conditioning, but all the hors d'oeuvres had to go past me first in order to go outside. So I got first
You were
dibs.
targeting them like a sniper.
Yeah.
It was a good party. We really, really enjoyed it. So thank you, Beth and Tim, and congratulations.
iPhones they're making Siri smarter.
Yeah, they just rolled out. Tim Cook did. I forget where. It must have been in New York or maybe wherever they had the rollout yesterday. I just was peripherally reading the article, but making Siri more responsive. But for general information and searches, Google understands you far better.
I agree. You turn me on to the Google app, and like I said, I mainly use it for addresses. I need the street address for Rita's Water Ice on in Havertown or wherever. Instead of just bringing up the generic website, which is what Siri does,
right?
It will bring up that address.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's what I'm looking for. You can get right to
Eagle
it.
Road and all that in Havertown.
What's that?
Eagle Road in Havertown.
Is that where it is? Okay,
Is that where it is? It's on Eagle Road in Havertown.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
I think that needs a song.
We should have it. No, we should have an app called Casey.
K Siri.
Casey.
Yeah.
Hey, Casey. Where's the Rita's Water Ice in Havertown?
Well, Preston, it's on Eagle Road. It's just a couple of doors down from Mike Ibuchi Formal Wear.
See how informative a Casey app would be.
Mm-hmm.
Casey, what?
Only really works in Delco, though.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, yeah, it would be Delco.
A
stuff.
Delco
That's
specific.
fine.
Yeah.
You know what? In fact, call Casey right now with your questions, and we'll try and say, "Hey, Casey."
Hey, Casey, what's the trashiest part of Delco?
Oh,
damn, dude.
That would be the part where Kathy Romano is.
Yeah, that you left yourself wide open for that. Kathy wants to know where all the trashy people are hanging out.
Let me go to. Hi, Dave. How you doing?
I'm good.
You want to try out the new Casey system?
Casey, find Midgetville.
Wow, that's a tall order. No pun intended.
Midgetville is located on Chester Pike in Ridley Park.
I love the effect. Hang on a second. Let me go to John. Hey, John.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, Casey, what's the word?
I'm sorry, that is not a Delco question.
What is?
And today,
We're supposed to do traffic.
oh, Casey, I thought we were done with traffic.
No, we have one more.
You almost got waved off.
Wow.
Just throwing it in quietly. In case you guys wanna-
Kathy's bedroom voice.
It was actually
Anything
kind of
about it?
sexy, wasn't it?
It
That was- Okay.
Yeah, let's rock.
That is rock and roll.
I just look over at Casey's looking up with his eyes closed. He just goes, "Let's rock." And we shall by doing the bizarre file.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
That's the latest news. Let's get on to the latest rock.
All right, let's get on with the latest rock, and they come in the form of bizarre file stories. We're going to start with this. An intoxicated pilot managed to make an emergency landing on a major highway in Missouri early Friday after his light aircraft ran out of fuel.
Is it Denzel Washington?
The Missouri State Highway Patrol excitedly tweeted to warn commuters on Interstate 70 that westbound lanes were being blocked by an aircraft. They added that the pilot was the only person on the aircraft, which had miraculously avoided hitting any other vehicles, though the pilot was slightly injured after the plane collided with a guardrail. And it later emerged that the reason for the pilot's emergency landing was that he had run out of fuel. The pilot was found to be intoxicated and arrested, the State Highway Patrol tweeted.
That could have ended 9 different horrible ways.
Yep, he was released to a local hospital for treatment of a minor injury, but he was intoxicated and out of gas. And
might lose his pilot's license.
Landed on the highway. The first in a series of compensation claims against Rainier over injuries allegedly sustained during an emergency landing has been settled for around $40,000. The cases arise from an incident during which an aircraft cabin became depressurized on a flight between Dublin and Zadar, Croatia. So the sudden loss of cabin pressure forced the pilots to rapidly descend. Oxygen masks were released during the incident. German police said 33 of 189 passengers were hospitalized, some bleeding from their ears.
Oh, my God.
After the plane made an emergency landing. An interim report by the German Federal Bureau of Aircraft Accident Investigation described it as a serious incident. It triggered a raft of lawsuits, and the first one to reach court was settled yesterday without any admission of liability by the airline. The plaintiff, an Irish woman.
Here's a nice warm towel to dab the blood coming out of your ears.
The plaintiff, an Irish woman, claimed to have suffered severe pain in her ears and shock to the entire nervous system.
Could you imagine that?
She claimed that she ended up losing her job to absence from work after being prescribed anti-anxiety medication. 18 other clients of the firm they are residents of Ireland, Croatia, and the U.S. have also filed legal claims against the airline. The claims involve a mix of physical and psychological injuries and are being defended by Ryanair.
Did they at least offer complimentary snacks?
I don't know if they did or not. According to the pleadings, in the settled case, the woman claimed to have suffered significant barotrauma to her right ear, which required steroid treatment.
I think when your blood's coming out of your ears, you're dealing with something very substantial.
Yep. A video posted on social media appears to show a Splash Mountain ride vehicle at Disney's Magic Kingdom beginning to sink with several guests on board. Ted Klein posted the video to the Walt Disney World Annual Pass Holders page on Facebook on Tuesday. His wife, Jennifer Jean, said that her whole family was on a boat behind it and saw what was happening. She said they went down the big drop with their boat halfway sunk, and they were trying to get someone's attention before they started going up. And this is at the very end of the ride, and they were very lucky that they only got wet. In the video, several guests riding in one of the Splash Mountain log boats, including children, are seen jumping from the ride vehicle onto the attraction platforms. This reportedly happened close to the end of the attraction where Brer Fox is being pulled on by Brer Gator. This is the third time in nearly 2 years that a ride vehicle at Splash Mountain has sunk.
At what time does Brer Paramedic show up?
Splash Mountain will soon undergo a major transformation. It will be rethemed to Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which is expected to open sometime in 2024. But they've been having some problems with that. Time to hang it up.
Absolutely. Is that the oldest ride now at this point? Are they
Is it older than Space Mountain?
Space Mountain's pretty damn old, too.
Not sure. It might be one of the older ones, but it's been there for a while. An Indiana man is being called a hero after he rescued 4 children and their 18-year-old sister from a burning house after he noticed their porch was covered in flames while he was driving by. Nick Bostic, who's 25, was driving to a gas station around 12:30 a.m. on Monday, and he noticed that the house was on fire and stopped. He said, "I saw the fire on the balcony, so I slammed on the brakes, pulled in the driveway, and ran into the house from the back. And I was hollering, 'Is there anybody in here?'"
Oh, man.
Bostic, who works at a pizza restaurant, noticed 4 people ranging between 1 and 18 coming down the stairs after they were woken up by his screaming. When he asked if anyone else was left in the home, he was informed that there was still a 6-year-old in the house somewhere. So he plunged back into the pitch black, choking on smoke that came out of nowhere, and began checking under beds and in closets on the second floor before he heard a child faintly crying. Remember, this is like 12:30 in the morning, he probably know the lights are on or anything like that with all the smoke too. Despite being in, quote, a black lagoon of smoke, the heroic young man went further in, grabbed the child, ran up the stairs to get away from the flames and the excruciating heat. He said it started to get hard to see because the smoke was getting bad, and I didn't know how to explain it, but it was like I escaped, and I was going to I accept that I was going to probably die right there that night. But it was a weird calm. You just go to work as fast as you can. So in order to get out of the house, he had to break through a second-story window and jump with the child in his arms. He said the first time he punched the window, nothing happened, but he managed to break through the second time. However, the blinds were tangled around the child's leg, and he had to untangle it before blindly jumping out the window. He said it wasn't like I had any choice then. So he landed on his right side with the child on his left, suffered injuries to his back, arm, and ankle. The child suffered from minor injuries. The fire was the size of a campfire when he first got there, but by the time the fire department arrived, the whole house was up in flames. It prevented firefighters from entering the home. However, after they found out that he and another child were still inside, they hastily attempted to get inside. Body cam footage shows the moments directly afterwards. He managed to get out of the house. He thrusted a screaming child in the arms of an officer before he sat down, stunned on the sidewalk. You could be heard yelling, "I need oxygen," as he was heaving for air. Officers asked him to walk across the street where it was safer, and they laid him down on the ground. You can see him prepare a tourniquet for him. The police did. And he said, "I know this is going to hurt, but it's going to stop the bleeding." And he told him to just go for it. So he was airlifted to the hospital, put on a ventilator for smoke inhalation. He had some really bad cuts, a serious injury to his right arm. And the police are now calling him a hero. I mean, he ran into a burning building. He's
Full-blown hero.
That's the real hero. Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
All right, and then one more story, then we'll wrap it up. Police in an old Arizona mining town that gets 1 million tourists annually are warning residents to stop yelling at visitors or they could face harassment charges.
You can't yell at visitors?
Yes.
Well, what's the fun in that?
Jerome, population of about 450, so it's a tiny town.
Hey, you're not from around here.
Was once home.
I love doing that.
To what?
Hey, facho, you're not from around here. It's just the best time.
It was once home to one of Arizona's largest copper mines.
You look stupid.
Copper mines, and is now a hub for artists, tourists that take in scenic views and visit stores and bars along the winding mountain road that passes through it. But Jerome Police said on a Facebook post this week that it has come to our attention that some people visiting our town on short visits and using lawful short-term parking passes are being yelled at or having notes left on their cars by local residents.
So it's a parking issue.
And they said yelling at or leaving notes could in some cases constitute harassment under Arizona revised statutes. And residents who think people may have violated parking regulations were asked to contact police. And there you go.
I love little towns like this, though. If you've ever been, there's a town that I loved. It's in Arizona called Bisbee, and it was a copper town, a copper mining town.
Like this one.
Yeah, and similar sort of deal, similar sort of look, but it had sort of a ghost towny feel to it. It was wild.
There's a place called Cripple Creek, Colorado I've been to. It's kind of like that, yeah. All right, there you go. That's what I got in the bizarre file for you. Don't forget, Tattoo Tuesday. Your chance to win a Preston and Steve tattoo. So make sure you text the word tattoo to 39333, and you might win it from Floating World Tattoo and Piercing. Let's take a break. Come back in a second. Lesson question, trash, music news. Coming up when we return.
Preston and Steve.
Preston and Steve.
Ew.
I'm going to take you upstairs and leave you fully clothed and go to sleep.
Not before I clean up a little bit.
I'm going to lay down, before you walk into the room, I'm going to lay down a sort of a tarp to run. You can walk to the bed so you don't leave footprints in the carpet. And then gently Febreze your pillow.
Yeah.
All night long.
I'm going to take you upstairs to do nothing.
Take you upstairs and totally do nothing to you. Except chide you for not being clean enough.
Oh my God,
Oh
I'm
my
crying.
God, ow. My side hurts. Oh. Okay, all right. Do the damn traffic then. There are more than 285 million people in the world who are blind or visually impaired, but not many porn websites cater to the blind.
How would a porn website cater to the blind?
I guess you just hear the audio.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because on the videos there are audio tracks, so yeah. There you go. Fortunately, Pornhub has just created a new category of porn called described video. The female narrators fill in the details for visually impaired viewers.
We should have Kathy do that. Ew! Oh, no! No way, Jose.
Thank God you're blind.
Oh, my God. You are lucky you're blind you can't see this, and I bet it smells. Oh, especially in there? Why the hand? What could that possibly do?
How could that even feel good?
Be pleasurable?
It's so stupid. It's just a hand.
It's just a hand. It's not the real thing.
God, you're never going to give it up, are you?
No, it's dumb. Never. I'm 37. I think it's stupid. I'm not
The
going to
mouth,
change.
you use that to eat and sing.
Eat and sing.
That's not, well, it's just not the, I don't get it.
Like, why don't you just give in on the hand thing? It's a good thing.
Steve learned to love salmon, right? Steve came around on a new dish in his life, and it's
I rub salmon all over my junk.
And it's not for you to get enjoyment out of. It's for the other person.
No, I
so
know,
what if you don't understand it or not? It is pleasurable.
Right. I understand that. I don't understand. I don't understand how. It's just a hand.
You don't need to. You don't need
I
to.
get
I
it.
prefer you left this conversation.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Bill doesn't like these.
Oh, he doesn't like
just
that either?
suggest anything that's graphic or can be perceived as graphic.
It's just a hand.
Yeah, what's sexy?
By the
about a
way,
hand?
I think they had some stuff running up on the screens here, and I think it was British. Have you noticed, Preston, that British porn
is on the rise
and has a better looking acting family or stable? I don't know. I've just noticed. A friend has noticed.
Yeah.
A
Sometimes.
friend who surfs porn noticed this.
So anyhow, the female narrators fill
Steve's
in.
friend who serves porn noticed this.
Female narrators fill in the details for visually impaired viewers, describing the setting, the actors, what positions they are in, and even their outfits.
Wow. Oh, yeah, the outfits are so important.
But then again, also people aren't. Not all blind people are.
So this big black dude walks in,
Or blind
chick's
from
on the couch. Like she gets all turned on, and he's got a piece, and then he bang.
Gets slightly more exciting after the description of what they're wearing.
She's got acne all over her body, and a fly keeps landing on her naked boob. She's got one slightly gray tooth. It appears as if she has some sort of moderate drug addiction. She's clearly doing this film to earn money to buy meth. Then a black guy comes to the door. The black guy you've seen in all of these.
You know him.
And he's got a pizza.
This is the amateur porn. Yeah. She's got a slightly gray tooth.
Clearly some sort of moderate drug addiction involved. And I'm guessing daddy issues.
Poo tooth.
A pronounced poo tooth. Like Jewel, but with a poo tooth.
Let me ask you this, Marissa. The narrator, is she saying she's using graphic words?
Yes, so I just put
Okay.
up another video, and it was a lovely couple, and they were having breakfast.
We have a clip here, Preston.
We were pretty much there like to go.
And
I'm
you,
hot.
6 to
There was a
midnight.
lot of love in the family.
I don't know. I think of like a Danielle Steele novel where it's like, oh, he takes out her breast and it's very pretty. No,
Okay.
it's like he whips out her tea and starts.
Okay.
whatever, and it's,
okay.
So yeah, so I
He's
think
a
it'll work.
tea drinker.
Okay. All right. Nice. Very nice.
Earl Grey.
Hang on a second. Let me. Earl Grey.
Earl Grey. Privilege. Not everyone can afford Earl of Grey.
I still like the idea of them being very honest with the appearance of
Right.
people in the porn films, and because if you get your lower budget stuff, they're not going to be real hot.
A man walks into the room with a slight hunchback. He's got a poo tooth. It's clear no one would make love to him until he unzips his pants. Then his large, sort of misshapen penis draws attention. You can clearly tell by the woman's face that there's some sort of odor associated with his private parts. But she'll continue anyway because she needs the $50 to buy Coke. Seems to be a director yelling at her off screen.
There's an odor.
A pronounced odor.
You can tell by the look on her face.
As her face draws closer to his privates, her eyes start to tear, as if she was cutting an onion.
Marissa found some more that we can play. She edited it, so I think she's edited up.
God bless her.
This is the graphic stuff. Yeah, here we go.
He gets on his knees to properly worship her and now pulls up her sheet to handle a sweet ass.
Sweet ass. Not everyone has a sweet ass.
I'm not gonna play anymore.
That's it?
Well, he's trying to
Kathy
show.
was just getting off.
Still on his knees and kissing her. There is a transition, and now she's on the table.
A transition.
They switch positions.
It's a jump cut.
They switch positions. Hang on.
While he's on his knees and eating like it was the best breakfast ever.
How was that, Kath?
The best breakfast ever.
Like sugar smacks. Or frosted mini wheats.
Oh, that's
It's at this point the smell hits her. Her knees buckle. She seems to cough a little bit. But in her mind, you can tell her yearning for cocaine drives her. Childhood memories begin to well up.
Okay, let me see here. I saw this. Let's see. It's a report from the Customer Satisfaction Index.
I read nothing but.
It's America's favorite fast food restaurants.
Okay.
Yep.
We get this all the time. And I'm perpetually amazed and interested in this stuff. So, is there a new champion? Is there a new lead? Or is it a holdover from last year?
It's Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A
is America's favorite fast food
love
restaurant.
Chick-fil-A.
I do too.
It's become kind of cool to love Chick-fil-A too. Like for a while there was, you know how Chipotle's like the cool place for fast Mexican?
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A has sort of become a cool place for fast food.
Chipotle's been overtaken by Moe's.
Really?
I wonder if it's going to change then.
Yeah, I don't know.
It could shift back, if they get far enough away from
It's the best when you're at Chipotle and you're about to order, and then they bring the. I just
okay.
I'm choking on my own spit. This nicotine gum is the worst. I'm sorry, guys.
Quick, somebody play that sound that he hates.
Sorry about that. But when you're about to order, and then they bring out like the fresh rice and the fresh barbacoa, and. Sorry, guys.
I know, it's okay.
This is the most bizarre radio I've ever heard.
You need some water?
I'm done.
Okay. All right.
Today, a major area broadcaster died on nicotine gum while attempting to describe how fun it is to eat at Moe's.
I was talking about Chipotle.
Chipotle. While attempting to describe the joy of eating at Chipotle, a local broadcaster choked to death on nicotine gum. Same old story.
All right. So
the
anyway,
initial report was Moe's, but they corrected
Right,
the
the
correction.
correction earlier, I said Moe's, it was Chipotle. The initial story of the choking on the nicotine gum spit, still accurate.
Press, did you look behind me? See this box that Marissa just dumped out of all of in her control room? Did you see that? Did you know we had that many sex toys?
all
in there?
fetish and sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a picture of some of that stuff not long ago. I don't know if I saw that particular box, but we have a whole cabinet full of dildos and
Dog
such.
mask.
We have dog masks?
You've known about that.
Yeah, we put Joe in that one year. That's how old that is.
This is a world, and we talked about this before, that this makes... I see no sexual connection to any of this equipment whatsoever, at least in my mind. But to other people, this is ringing the sexual dinner bell.
I'm sorry, what's that, Kathy? Yeah, you can wear this if you want.
It still, it still smells like cat.
You're gonna put it
Come
on?
on, Steve.
No, Kat, just put it on.
Your face. What did you think I was meaning?
Did we expense
What is
that?
it?
It's a dog mask, but it's leather. You're gonna put it on. I love it.
Good God.
Wait, let me get my camera.
Again, how am I going to explain this in like 5 years?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that in 5 years.
Right.
It's a long time from now.
Did they worry about the Nazis? And that turned out.
Yeah, exactly. We could be under a totalitarian regime by then.
What the hell is that?
Oh, those are spikes?
Put in a picture of this.
Wow. Why are the eyes covered? That's a useless dog.
This is
How do they fetch?
pretty snug on my giant head. Ow, it's pulling my hair.
Turn your head sideways.
You don't have it on right.
There you go. That's it.
You're supposed to have your top off.
There are buttons over the eye patches. You can take the eyes
You want me to do it?
I think I'm looking through the mouth, maybe.
You are.
You're like a bad S&M mascot.
No, I don't want to wear that ever.
Oprah Winfrey's empire is all over Greenleaf, a show that she stars in, executive produces, and runs on her television network. It's about otherworldly empire, the Black shut up.
Oh, what is it?
The Black Megachurch. I was going to say Megachurch. I thought it was some foreign name.
Like a creature. The Magat Church.
Yeah, it's capitalized. I'm like...
The Magat Church.
Casey's beet red. You get a cramp.
That sucks.
Look at Casey. Now it's making me.
I love you. Like, oh man, I can't even breathe through my nose.
The Magat Church.
We all experienced that at the exact same time.
Oh man, oh that was so great. I don't know if that's. I think that's better.
It's a Black Magat Church.
Is that better than Silversia? Is that good?
Silversia. Silversea.
Or nut rice.
Nut rice, Nutrice.
Or Miracle Grow. Oh my gosh, it's so great.
That actually hurts, yeah.
One of my favorites, though, was when I was doing a Bizarre File story and I was saying the cough E.
That's right.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was the C of E, the Church of England.
C of E, yeah.
Right. The cough E was capitalized. The on-set tension between Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy while making Mad Max Fury Road is no secret, but
it is.
Did it actually help the film?
I didn't even know this.
According to director George Miller, their less than friendly dynamic played well on screen for their characters. Last phone call because a woman was sitting where? 215-263 WMMR. Let's see if you know the answer.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you this morning by Live Casino and Hotel. Philadelphia presents comedian Dom Irrera. Coming July 22nd. Tickets on sale at livecasinophilly.com. What's up this morning, Steve?
Well, Rosie O'Donnell and actress Amy Hauer made their red carpet debut as a couple at a charity event in L.A. on Saturday night. Hauer says Rosie is the woman of her dreams because she often dreams about women who look like Patton Oswalt.
Oh, wow.
Hey! The $57 million renovation of Kanye West's Malibu home has hit some supply chain snags. Apparently, Kanye's having trouble finding toilet paper made out of chinchilla pelts.
Oh, my God.
And finally, rapper Kodak Black was arrested in Florida on Friday after police found hundreds of oxycodone pills in his car. Black was initially pulled over because of illegally tinted windows, which he explained are there to keep people from seeing his oxycodone pills. And that's your Hollywood Trash.
All right, we'll go to the phones looking for an answer to this. It was hard to hear Tristan Thompson's last phone call because a woman was sitting where? And we will go to JR, see if we can get the answer. Hey, JR. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Not bad. All right, JR, where was she sitting?
On his face.
On the face. Absolutely. JR, hang on. You got yourself a pair of tickets, says MMR Rock's Roger Waters. This is not a drill tour. Saturday, August 6th at Wells Fargo Center. And tickets are on sale now for both shows, August 5th and 6th. And you can get the complete details at WMMR.com.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, it's brought to you this morning by Dry. I know, every now and then that does get me. Dry Tech Waterproofing Solutions. Protect your home from water damage, cracks in your foundation, and mold with Dry Tech Waterproofing Solutions. Preston and Steve listeners get 15% off when you mention our show. Go to drytechcorp.com. All right, let's begin with Limp Bizkit. They are delaying their planned summer tour of the UK, Europe due to medical advice given to lead singer Fred Durst.
Do we know what this is around? I haven't been able to find any specifics.
Nope. On Sunday, the band posted a message on social media, writing in part for personal health concerns and based on medical advice given by my personal physician to take an immediate break from touring. Limp Bizkit will sadly have to postpone the 2022 UK and European tour. It also linked to the band's website for a personal video message from Durst to explain he needed additional testing and apologize for the inconvenience. He said, in preparation for the tour, I have decided to do some tests to make sure that I'm in good physical condition and that everything's okay. And to my surprise, my doctor has decided to send me a letter telling me he would not like me to tour at this time and he would like me to stay close by to do some more tests. That being said, this was very unexpected news, and I'm so sorry, and I look forward to making it up to you as soon as possible. And I can only thank you so much, for your support. While he didn't go into details about his health concerns, he added, I'm only wishing for the best, and I know everything is going to be okay. So
it sounds
could be, something that's
serious, but
it could be serious, maybe,
or they're just, as they say, acting in an abundance of caution.
Right. He does say that he has plans to make up the postponed tour dates, but no details were offered as of yet. During a new chat with Rolling Stone, Wolfgang Van Halen heavily hinted that David Lee Roth is the holdup in realizing an Eddie Van Halen tribute show. He said, what I can say is that there was an attempt to do something, but, I don't like to speak negatively about people, but there are some people that make it very difficult to do anything when it comes to Van Halen. There always was, there was always some stuff that gets in the way from just making music and having a good time, and I think that's what's happened. While still trying to take the high road, he went on to say, I would love to just sit here and say everything and say the truth. There are plenty of interviews that my dad did where he straight up just said everything, and people hated him for it, and they thought he was lying. So I could just say S, but people have already decided how they feel about things, facts or not. So I can say the facts, but that may not align with how certain people feel. I know how Van Halen fans get. They are very motivated by which specific people they like in the band, and it's just not worth it. We made an attempt, and some people can be hard to work with and made it not happen. He went on to stress the importance of his uncle Alex, and he said, when it comes to Van Halen and decision-making overall and what Van Halen does, it's all Al. And then I'm there and supportive. I basically help make the decisions that Dad would be there to make because I'm in there in his stead. Regarding giving his blessing to the proposed event, he said, it didn't even get to that point. It was in such an early stage that it never even got off the ground. And he said, no, I would really like to do something for Pop. Look at anything that's happened with Van Halen. And look how things have fallen apart. The fact that in my tenure in Van Halen, we managed to do 3 tours, put an album of original material and live album out is it's an effing miracle. He briefly touched on ex-Metallica bassist Jason Newsted, revealing that he was approached to participate in a tribute with Alex, David Lee Roth, and Joe Satriani. He said just because one person decided to talk about it when they weren't supposed to, it effed everything up. That wasn't the end of it, actually. It was already not happening. So, I guess it said,
So we've learned that David Lee Roth was the radical element here that was...
And I could see that.
Yep.
I could really see that. So, it's not a big surprise. Paul's Boutique may be closed, but Brooklyn hip-hop legends and Beastie Boys will be, or the Beastie Boys, I should say, will be honored at the corner featured on their sophomore album. Fans have been pushing for a street renaming. An effort council member Christopher Marte had said he had been going after for about 9 years. On Thursday, a New York City council voted to make Beastie Boys Square a reality. And it will be on the corner of Ludlow and Rivington Streets on Manhattan's Lower East Side. The bill now heads to Mayor Eric Adams to seek approval for that.
I wonder how many musicians share that honor in and around the city.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that have streets actually named after them.
Right.
Yeah. Eddie Vedder has no patience for any shred of violence that takes place at a Pearl Jam show. Case in point, he kicked a woman out of a recent show for hitting another fan in the head.
He farted in my face.
Whoa!
Oh, my God.
So...
Can't do that. You can't just randomly fart in someone's face. It's disgusting. And when the fart, which you're smelling, is actually fecal matter in particulate form.
He farted in my face.
So that's why she...
I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a woman hit another fan in the head that was obstructing her view by filming the show on his phone. So the incident took place at their stop in Zurich, Switzerland on the 23rd. During their performance of Animal, and in the fan shot footage, Vedder sees what's going on, stops the band, asks for the stage lights to be turned up, and he said, hey, I saw the whole thing. He said, I know, it was annoying you. You were bummed out because he was filming the whole time. Has it been the whole time or just now? Just when I came over? Was it the whole time? Yeah, you're filming everyone. And Vedder calmly continued saying, the thing is, I know it upset you, but you can't effing hit him in the back of the head either, even though you're a woman. I appreciate the fact that you can be strong, but quit hitting him. You're out of here, he said. Violence is not allowed. I'm sorry, ma'am. There's no violence allowed. You could have waved to me. I was looking right at you. Sorry about that. It's just not cool. We're not hitting people here. Sorry. And without much delay, then you can hear Eddie just say chorus. And the rest of the band jumps in and they picked up where they left off.
That's pretty wild.
Animal, yeah. And so Eddie was like, nope, not having it. and I could.
I
see
wonder
that.
how much you can see and process, when you're up on stage like that with all the stage lights up.
Yeah, I'm assuming, a good 15 rows or something like that, you could probably see pretty well. I mean,
I tend to check out if I don't see Nick.
We've been out onto a lit stage before.
Yeah.
You can't see, way into the back of the house, but you can see what's going on straight down front.
Slapped.
They're hyper aware of it, though. I mean, like they had that Roskilde Festival in Denmark 22 years ago where people died, and so like if there's any hint of like people in trouble or like this in the story, Preston, with a little bit of violence, they just like they cut it off, they stop it, and then they move forward.
Yep. All right, the one last thing, there's a new rock breakdown on MMR's Instagram for you to check out. Sarah Parker covers Stranger Things, putting Metallica back on the charts. Bruce Springsteen announcing a tour. And Rage Against the Machine returning to the stage and almost immediately sustaining an injury.
I get it sent to me automatically, which is awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
Yep. Nick Murphy and Sarah work really hard on it. It's
award-winning.
It's a cool program, and you can follow us on Instagram at 933WMMR to be the first to see the new episodes and get breaking rock news at WMMR.com. That's where I got the Eddie Vedder story.
And she wears a Preston and Steve shirt this edition.
Oh, from the Blood Drive.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, that's it. We're going to take a break and come back in a second. Get ready to wrap things up. Letter of the day, word of the week prize, and we'll also give away a free tattoo for Tattoos Day. It's your last chance to text in the word tattoo to 39333. We'll be back in a moment. But the trajectory of the characters can't help but seep into their work. When they first meet each other, they're trying to kill each other. As the two characters come together out of necessity and rather reluctantly, they have to find a degree of trust.
Have you seen it yet?
To some extent, that was the trajectory of their relationship as well. I watched like the first 20 minutes of it, and it wasn't doing anything for me, so I bailed on it.
I mean, it's one extended, race, basically, chase that goes on throughout the whole movie. I think, if anything, if I were Tom Hardy, I'd probably be upset that it's called Mad Max, yet her character, Furiosa, is the main focus of the movie.
Yeah. Charlize explained, from what I hear, he's not like that in every movie or on every movie. I hear he's had such good experiences. Maybe
just some of the movies.
The movie is what it is because we struggled so much with each other.
Why is this movie called Mad Max when you're in it much more than I am?
And those characters had to struggle so much with each other. If we were chum-chum...
If we were chum-chum, things would be num-num. Let's go see Gum-Gum this weekend.
She said... If, where was it? Oh, yeah, Chum-Chum. If we were Chum-Chum...
Wasn't that the monkey on Speed Racer?
That was Chim-Chim.
Oh.
And Spritle. If we were Chum-Chum, maybe the movie...
Chum-Chum.
Would have been 10 times worse.
I don't know. It certainly wasn't hurting for accolades.
It did great. I guess I wasn't in like an action movie mood when I started
And you
watching
better
it.
be, because it's 2 hours of action.
You know what, Press? And because the texture of all the other movies I didn't care for, so I've never seen all the other movies.
Oh, yeah?
None of them.
Watch The Road Warrior.
I've never seen any of them. I
See, I pegged you for a Thunderdome kind of guy.
Maybe I should go back and watch it.
That's the worst
That's
of the lot.
worst one, yeah.
But I just thought Casey would like that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, that
Tina Turner.
Well, it also came out at a time I was young and dumb.
Yeah, and full of gum.
I knew that was coming. Full
Young,
of gum.
dumb, and full of gum.
Chum-chum.
My chum-chum. I love them.
Where's my chum-chum? My favorite bubble gum. It'll figure prominently into the New World Order. Everyone, kids in the car, we're going to visit Gum Gum.
Gum Gum is a grandmother, right?
Yeah, it's my mom.
Bane years down the road, living in the suburbs.
Time to go to Shady Hills to visit Gum Gum. Put on your best. We'll get ice cream on the way home.
So I noticed over the week that, obviously things... Oh, yeah, I'm a noticer. I'm sorry. I didn't even realize that. Yes, I did notice this.
Preston Elliott, the noticer.
Is that obviously some of the plants are starting to bloom, the trees are starting to bud, and so forth. And my migraine headaches that I get, I think, are sinus based. And
Are they exacerbated by
not
this?
only me, but several other people on the same days were complaining about headaches and sinus pressure and stuff like that. So I think that whole thing is starting. But and I posted this on Twitter and Instagram that and I didn't call them this, but the what we call the semen trees.
Yes, you probably called them something beginning with C.
J, actually.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
So, but anyhow,
not jazz.
Not jazz.
Oh, right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't say that word?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we probably could.
All right.
If you say it in a sexual, it's all over my face way.
Right, exactly, which I didn't. But anyhow.
Wow, that took a turn.
So the trees are blooming. Of course, you can smell them. They smell like...
Yes, they do.
They smell like that
fresh
fluid.
lovemaking.
Well, I mean, it's spring, and springtime flowers bloom.
They do.
With an air of mystery.
Yes.
So anyhow, it got me thinking about these trees. They're the Bradford pear trees, or what they are.
Is that so? Do they actually yield edible pears?
No, they don't.
Okay,
they're just called Bradford pear. I think they have a shape. The way they grow. That's what I think the
Got
name
a lot of
comes from.
spunk to them, you know.
Yes, they have a lot of spunk to them. But anyhow, my wife, while we were talking about this, my wife found an article, and this is out of Missouri, actually, but I'm curious if this is the case around the country. But according to this particular group of people, that they are becoming, the Bradford pears, destructive to our ecosystem.
Oh, no.
So they perpetuate well?
According to this particular person with the Missouri Department of Conservation, he said when the seed develops in a new tree, it's not the same as the parent. It's the old wild type, and unfortunately, that wild type is a very thorny, aggressive, invasive plant.
Okay.
Aside from their smell, the non-native tree poses a risk to the environment, impacting ecosystems.
So the tree shoots the seed all over the place?
Yes, it blows its wad all over the place.
Sometimes on plants that aren't even, it just met.
Yeah. But God, the smell is strong.
Oh my gosh, I was just at the Metroplex yesterday in Plymouth meeting, and they're all over the parking lot, and it just the entire parking lot smells like that.
Brought you back to college.
Wow. Yeah, I'm so hungry. I would say this. After being around our variation of it, we've all have anyone who's engaged in love making has been close to that odor. It's when you have it amplified many thousands of times, it's not that pleasant.
It's like gallons.
Yes.
It's
Peter North.
That's what I wrote in my Twitter post. I'm like, it's like Peter North blew through town.
It's too much.
Gives me a headache.
Does it give you a headache?
Either way, it gives me a headache.
Right. The real thing or the one that occurs
trees.
in nature.
Got to get the procedure I had.
But they're blooming. We have a couple of them in my yard, and you walk in the backyard, and it's like, boom, you were hit by that smell. It's
Now, there
right in
should
the
be
face.
right over your face. It's just like explodes in your face.
Yeah.
The truth is, there should be another plant, another tree that could envelop that tree.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like a rubber tree.
Like a rubber tree or
a vagina tree.
A vagina tree.
Oh,
is what
okay.
he's saying. You know?
Like a pussy willow or something like that.
Like a pussy willow wrapped around.
Yeah.
Or
pear tree.
Or the
You should do
Bartlett.
that.
What is it? What is the pear tree again?
It's the Bradford pear tree. not
Bradford
the
pear
Bartlett.
tree. Bartlett pear. Bradford pear tree goes inside the pussy willow.
I like that.
And then suppresses the smell.
That
Now,
would-
mind you, the pussy willow has its own issues.
Yes, of course.
Its own odor.
Yeah.
I'm sure botanists could do that. They do it with fruit trees, right? Don't they combine fruit trees?
Yes.
You call it, what is it?
Splicing.
Splicing, yes.
Yeah, they probably could do that.
But they're up all over the place, and they're in full bloom, and they are absolutely stinking up the area.
Question about the pussy willow. Is that the same thing as a weeping willow?
No.
No. Weeping
Not even
willows
close.
Not even close.
are beautiful. Actually, there was a weeping willow. When they are huge,
They're really big.
they are perfect at state parks to crawl into and have sex with your girlfriend.
Nobody
Is that
can
right?
see you.
Someone told
Yeah, you don't know what a
No, well,
you know what a
that's-
pussy willow looks like, right?
Yeah, they're fuzzy, right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They're little fuzzy nubs.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what they are. But a
By the
weeping
way,
willow
she's
is
dancing at Risque this weekend.
Fuzzy nubs.
Yeah, she's partnering with pussy willow.
Kathy, I have a question for you.
Yes.
That time that you and Dennis had sex, how long did that last?
That one time?
Yeah.
What? Seriously?
No, there's a study about how the length of time, as far as the average sexual encounter. Details, and he builds parks and does all these great things, man. It's so cool. He's just the nicest guy.
He is.
So
He's
it's
a
really
good dude.
Great to have him by here. And Bob Kelly from Fox 29. He has an event too. Kelly's Kids Christmas. And it's Kelly's Kids Christmas in July at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Saturday, July 30th from 3 to 5 p.m. He has also got other places where you can drop things off for this. It's kids for it's toys for kids at the hospital.
Yes.
And in fact, he collects donations every Wednesday at the Media Townhouse and every Friday at the Seaport in Wildwood. But you can do a quick search. You can go to WMMR to PrestonandSteve.com. We're going to have that info up as well. And Fox 29. So it's cool to have him on today. We need to do the letter of the day. And there's only one person who can do it. He's here. He's ready for action. He's an award winner because he's got a trophy in his hands. So
That's right.
Let's find out what that's all about.
What do you want to know?
Your trophy. What's that all about?
It was in my car.
I found this under the seat.
It's very important.
It's your good driving award.
No, it certainly wouldn't be that. You know, it's how every man thinks they're the best driver. Every man, I am a great driver. Oh, dude, I am a better driver. No, dude, man, I'm a man and I'm the best driver.
Well, you have
I'm
an
a
award.
terrible driver.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm not terrible, but I'm not that good.
Well, you know how
and
to
I
make-
will freely admit it as a man.
As a man. That doesn't
this
say
is worst driver award.
Oh, is that what it is? No, it doesn't say anything on it?
I hit 95 in that little stretch coming up from the, what you call it. It said something, but the little plastic plaque fell off.
Okay.
It was from Jackson to Sarah, and somehow it got in my car.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or from Sarah to Jackson.
You just don't usually see people walking into work carrying a trophy, so I thought I'd ask.
I think that's a great way to start the day. Is
It is.
award yourself a trophy.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So with all that covered, we should probably do the letter of the day.
Well, I've been waiting.
I know.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
The Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by the letter
F as in fantastic.
All right, we got an F. And we also have a pair of VIP weekend tickets to attend all three Fish concerts on the beach in Atlantic City. August 5th, 6th, and 7th, the VIP experience includes a dedicated venue entrance, access to the foundation viewing area, early admission into the field, limited early merch shopping, and event merchandise gift, and an invitation to the lounge with seats to relax, unique food, beverages offerings, and water refill stations. And tickets are available through Ticketmaster. So we'll give it away on Friday, which you never know. It's going to be here. You might win that. You might snag it. So you need those letters. What's up on the program today?
Well, we'll have Motley Crue, we've got Offspring, we've got Metallica, and we've got Double Shot Tuesday.
Nice.
Beautiful. And we have a tattoo to give away. I would like to congratulate our Tattoosday winner today. It's Jake Tisserand, who is from Collingdale. And Jake got himself a $350 gift certificate for Floating World Tattoo and Piercing. And Tattoosday on the Preston Show is, of course, brought to you by Floating World Tattoo and Piercing. And they're located at 1729 South Street in Philadelphia. If you want to check out their artwork, go to floatingworldtattoos.com or check them out on Instagram at Floating World Tattoos. Thank you to the sponsors of the Preston and Steve Show. They include Acme Markets, fresh foods, local flavors. Acme, official grocery store of the Preston and Steve Show. Also, Wilmington University. Go to wilmu.edu dual credit. That's wilmu.edu dual credit. And also brought to you by Health Partners Plus, trusted care where and when you need it. Tomorrow's program, a Wednesday, secret text word, a Fox Good Day visit, and we'll celebrate Nick McElwain's birthday.
I forgot until right now. It's tomorrow.
You forgot?
Yes, I haven't paid attention to it at all this year.
Wow.
I turn
All right.
47 tomorrow.
Wow.
Pearl Jam.
All right. That's it. We are done. Rage on. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow, gang. Bye-bye.